Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I'm back. You may have noticed a couple of days ago I was going to go into the caterpillar. It was double or quits. I didn't even get past the first half an hour before the game crashed. Well, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We can't go into the PU because it's very unstable. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into Arena Commander. And I'm going to spend a good couple of hours on the Mako. This actually needs two people to demonstrate all the functionalities on this ship. One person alone can't do it. I'm going to try and do the best I can solo. Basically it's the Easter holidays in the UK, so everybody's taking time out, which is understandable. Okay, so I'm just going to load up as usual. Okay, first thing I'm going to go into Arena Commander. Okay, no point me going to the PU, okay, because it's gonna crash. Now, sorry. I'm going to set my graphics as like I usually do. Because I'm running SLI, things can be unstable at my high resolutions, okay? So I'm going to go one up or one down to reset the graphics. I am running at low quality today, okay, because of the instability. You can see low graphics. I have got it on overlay, which I don't really need, but it's there anyway. Overlay means I can actually do things like this, running the game with them things on top. That's all that means. Before I do that, I'm just going to check my graphics. I mean the power tempers and whatnot. Just wait for it to stabilize. Okay, it's all stabilized. Checking the arm cores, make sure that's okay. And the graphics are a little bit high, but it's workable. Now I'm going to go into Arena Commander. One thing you guys may not know, you can actually rent ships in the game. But let me just go into the settings Arena Commander first. I'm going to be changing my mode from Vandal Swarm to Free Flight because I'm advertising in Mako today, and this is what I've got to do. Right, as you can see, you can rent or select ships. That's the ship I'm going to be advertising today, the Mako. If you wanted to rent ships, okay, these are where you rent ships, okay. I could actually rent a ship, okay, if I wanted to. I could rent the Mako. I mean, let's for instance, I could rent the Aurora, okay, because it's in game now. I can rent the Aurora if I've got 17 AUC credits, and I can rent it for 3 days. I have got 30,000 AUC credits, but I'm not going to do that at that stage, okay, because it's only a quick demonstration. I won't be using the ship anyway. Now, if I was to rent this ship, any parts I've got on this ship, I can actually put on the Mako, make it more versatile, but that's not what I'm going to be doing. I just want to advertise the Mako. I can advertise it. How do you get these credits? You have to play in Arena Commander, and when you do certain missions and whatnot, them credits come free, okay. I do believe you can travel with them into the PU, not the ships but the components, okay. I'm not too sure, but I'm just summarizing theory crafting. Okay, and we're only doing this so the main top streamers can get wind of this and they can actually document it in a way that you understand. They haven't got 15-16 hours to sit down on a ship, but I've got that time, but I don't edit mine, it's uncut, so anybody wants information, it's in detail of how they can go about it. Okay, and that's how you rent the ships. If I click on that, it's going to cost me that for 3 days and it will be deducted from that. If I want to gain credits, I have to play certain games in Arena Commander. I would suggest do the flying one through the circles. I've not done that for months. I've had this for about nearly a year because I've not got time to fly and whatnot. I might do in a few months, but I haven't now. But I'm going to go back into the Mako and just fly solo and show you how I'm going to use this in my gameplay. This is the ship I'm going to be flying today. It is very modular and versatile. Basically, when I say modular, you can swap components from other ships, like the Orion, the Mako itself. It's got a lot of versatility. You can turn it into a combat ship, newsreader, science ship, etc. There's actually 4 variants, and this ship is actually a nice little combat ship. I'll be using this on my carrot when it comes out. Okay, I'm going to select this ship now. You press select, then you back it up, and then you launch. As you can see, I am in the Reliant Mako. I am in the cockpit seat. Okay, I'll just go into third person's view, as you can see. Now at the moment, I am actually stuck in the cockpit seat, and the reason why is because of the angle it's in. But when I go into landing mode, the ship will change. Lower landing gear.
Roger.
Now I'm able to come out of the ship. Sorry about the noise in the background. That's a good miss there setting things up. I'm now able to come out of the ship and give my demonstrations on what my views are. I can't do it in the PU because it's very glitchy. I can't do all the functionalities in the hangar deck because I'm limited. And this actually needs 2 people to this needs 2 people to sorry about that. Just give me a second, please. Just trying to find out where the echo is coming from. One, two, 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Sorry about that. It's a breaking transmission there. I don't really want to switch off and start it again. Right. Okay. This takes 2 people to demonstrate this ship. Okay. 3 people can fly this ship effectively. Okay. You've got the co-pilot. You've got the pilot on the left hand side. He sits there. You've got the co-pilot on the right hand side and he sits there. Okay. It has got a remote turret for filming. Alright. But you do need the pilot in the ship to rotate it in a different angle before you can use the co-pilot. When my colleagues come back, you'll have Yoza, Commander Yoza on the left as the captain, flying the ship, the pilot, and you'll have me as the co-pilot, and also the streamer doing other things there, whatever. I'll go through them in a minute. If Yoza was to take this ship, he could actually fly this ship solo as a pilot on his own to do combat, or he could have me as a co-pilot to operate the shields, etc. Okay? Right. You also have another station at the back. It is really a two-man's vessel because it's two beds. But suppose there's three of us, we could actually operate it. Little Miss could be in this seat here. Okay? You've got me in the right seat there as co-pilot and as streamer operating the camera. Okay? And you've got Commander Yoza as pilot and if necessary combat. You can also have me there aiding him as co-pilot operating the engineer's equipment if it's operational. And you've got Little Miss as a third person in here operating the TV screens. Now, as you can see, it's got 16 screens. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 16 screens plus 2 down there. Now, what will Little Miss be doing in this ship? Well, she is admin and she's also logistics. Admins, that means she floats around the verse and she will be getting information and she will be relaying the information to me, the streamer, okay, or the cameraman, or Commander Yoza, depending on what information he needs at that precise time. Obviously, when you're in game, you can't be switching screens just like what I just now. So this will be Little Miss's job on here, okay? She can actually put things on these screens there and then. When I'm in the cockpit seat, I mean the camera seat, she could actually televise and see directly what's going on from here and broadcast it to other members in our fleet. But at the moment, it's only me, so you have to use your imagination, etc. I know it's just showing MFDs of the control panel, but these will be coming online as they go. So Little Miss is admin, she's also logistics. She will be dealing in cargo, she'll be dealing with the best place to go to get cargoes, utilities, etc. Anything to do with finances, all them kind of things, that's what she will be doing, okay, if she's a third person, because she's also a commentator, okay. I could show you bits on there, but it's no problem point showing it. This is not a cargo ship, it's an information ship, okay? And it does need 2 people to fly this ship, 3 people to fly it effectively. Now I know there's only 2 beds, so because there's only 2 beds on the ship, it's only a day return ship. But if there's 3 people, if it's 2 people on the ship, you could go for 2-3 days depending on your supplies, okay. As you already well know, you do have the computer cores for things and whatnot. You've got the, I think that's the toilet, and I presume that's a shower. I've just sat in the toilet.
Ew.
Oh, hi, Little Miss.
Hi. Basically, what he's trying to explain there is I actually do the admin jobs. I do research on different missions, mine which different places to go and actually do your trades and your cargo. I can actually find out what the best cargo is for that ship and the best place to go to get the best money. And we actually put in the ships and the details of how much money we've got to spend, blah blah blah, all of that, and I research that and then relate to whoever's doing the cargo, get where they get it from and where to take it and what profit they will make. is basically is a streamer's paradise, I would call it, because you've got so many different TV screens, monitors that you can actually look at what area you are in. The Empire depends on up to the second information, which is why reporters need to be able to go where the news is happening whenever. That's where the Mako comes in. It has all the flexibility and dependability of a MISC Reliant combined image enhancement suite and turret mounted optics to capture every moment as it happens. Accuracy that makes headlines. Disclaimer, these are current vehicle specifications. Some of this may change during the 3D design and game balancing process, because you can view all around no matter where you're sat.
I'm having problems at the moment. I'm stuck on the laboratory. There's still a little problem with your mic there, breaking up with the shorts. I'm just explaining with little miss because she doesn't know she's got problems with the mic at the moment. I'm stuck on the toilet, as you can see, and I can't get out. I have to go into the options to see what the key binding is for this. It says it's white. I actually can't get out of the seat. I press the Y key, can't get out. Activate systems.
Roger.
Shut down systems. Systems off.
Roger.
Engines off. Well, as you can see, obviously a CIG won't know these unless somebody actually goes in these ships and whatnot. Okay, I'm going to have to log out for a couple of seconds and then log back in. Free flight.
Anybody would like to ask if they'd like to leave the comments in the right hand side in the chat on the right hand side, we will try our best to answer them. We don't know much about this ship. This is a test to get to know what the ship can do and what it can't do. I like it already.
As it says, we can't really demonstrate the full potential. It does need two people, especially where the cameras are whatever. Now, as you can see, I'll try and do as much as I can, whereas as it is there now. As you can see, this is the outside of the ship. We can't do this in the PU because it's got faults. As you can add other parts to the ship, but I'm not going to rent another ship because obviously I've got to get more credits and do certain things. Okay. Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Speed 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1 click.
Speed 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
I am actually using Zira. She's my co-pilot today because Commander Yosa's not around, okay? And I'm actually acting as him the pilot. Little Miss is doing the commentating, which she'll be there in the back and whatnot. The pilot just flies the ship and whatnot. Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Speed 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Now as you can see, this can actually have 5 guns in combat mode. It's not a bad little ship, okay? These are all standard things. It can actually have 6 guns on this, size 1s, okay? I will be going through as much as I can with the limitations that I've got, including the cameras and why. I do believe this ship should have drone cameras. I will also explain that to you as well. I got a quadcopter actually, and it is a ship that does cameras, and obviously we don't want everything to be limited to the ship because drones are coming in game. Now on the ship where I think these drone cameras can launch from is where the missile bays are, okay? I prefer to use Zero as my engineer co-pilot because she can control my speed variabilities, okay? There's a lot more she can do, okay? She will be added to my albums on the right hand side when I've got time. All the players are the members in our orgs and who are active. Raise landing gear.
Roger.
It is very maneuverable. Full thrusters.
Roger. Full thrusters.
Now, if Commander Yoza was in, he would be controlling the ships. Well, by the way, that up there in my visors thing is the camera, okay? As you can see. But I can't go into that mode to show that. Basically, what he would be doing, he'll be flying around, focusing on a certain point that I would designate. Raise landing gear.
Roger.
Speed 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
And with precise speed and control, he would point the ship in the designated spots that I would need. Little Miss would be in the back there recording the footage, okay, while I take the best of pictures that we need at that particular time. But like I said, it does need 2 people to fly this ship, a 3rd person to record. This is all what we've there working out in our testing, okay? See, I got to pretend to be the cameras. Oh gosh, 1 second please. I think Little Miss is yeah, I understand. What's happened, Little Miss is actually watching the video on another stream there, so she's got her mic coming through. It's not intentional, okay, because she has to watch it and she has got to make heads or tails what's going on, so please bear with us, okay? You see, if I was in the 3rd seat, I'll be rotating the camera, okay? But obviously Commander Yost is not here at this moment, so I'm pretending to be the cameraman. And as you can see, and the committee will be recording these things. So I will be there aiming the camera, and she would be recording whatever we need to relay the information back to the people that's actually needed it to be. Sorry, I'm a little bit jagged at the moment. I'm actually learning how to fly this ship. Speed 1 click.
Roger. Thrusters 1 click.
But as the saying
Speed
goes,
2
if
clicks.
you fly a big ship,
Roger.
if you
Thrusters
fly a
2
big
clicks.
ship, you can fly any ship. He's level trait.
Speed 4 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 4 clicks.
As you see, I would be pointing the camera because I've been the co-pilot seat. Little Miss in the back seat will be recording everything that she needs and sending it where there is. So you can see, for a small ship, to run the ship fully effectively, it will need 3 people. But there's only 2 beds, so you could not go more than a day because you know you need sleep, you suffer from exhaustion, etc. Deactivate cruise control.
Roger.
Speed
As you
1/3.
can hear,
Roger.
he does
Thrusters
use voice
1/3.
attack. Like he calls them AIs or co-pilots. He's got Zira and he's got, oh god, what's the other one called? Octavia.
You see, I'm
He
getting
does
to.
use
Sorry, carry on,
voice
Little
attack.
Miss.
Attack to do his controls because
Speed
sometimes you don't have
2/3.
anybody else to do.
Roger. Thrusters
Voice
2/3.
attack is a good idea to use if you're flying on your own because they can act as your co-pilot.
As you can see now, I'm getting the hang of this. Okay, I'm pretending to be the cameraman because obviously Commander Yost is not here to give the demonstrations today. Okay, so I'm trying to do the best as I can. He's actually a better pilot than me, you see. As you can see, that's what we would be doing. You see, while I'm in this mode at the moment, I would not be able to get out this seat. I'd have to rotate the ship. So I would be in the right hand side. I know you want me to go to the right hand side to see what the camera's like. Okay, I will do. But I don't want to be doing a 5-minute video. I really want to go through all the functions on the ship. Modulate shields. Modulate shields.
Roger.
Just checking my shields are working. That's what the co-pilot would be doing if I was in the camera seat. I'd be controlling all the functions so Commander Yosa could fly the ship. It's a small ship, but there's actually roleplay for this ship already. But I don't know if the functions are working. I can only test that when the players come on board. That means Little Miss, she'll be sat in the third seat with all the TVs are. Commander Yosa will be in this chair, and I will be in the camera as engineer and also streamer and point to the camera. Obviously, Little Miss being in the back there, she can't rotate the camera as such the way I can. I can fly the ship and do all this at the same time because it'd be too much.
But that's where I would come in. If I'm not looking at the cameras, I can actually tell Pepper in which angle she should look at. See what I can capture.
And then we take it back to base for later processing.
We do have another member talking to me in Discord. He is from Canada. Unfortunately, he said his English is not too good, so he won't be in voice chat with us. But he is talking to me in chat, and I've asked him if any has any questions, just ask away. You will grow in confidence, and one day I'm sure he will speak to us in voice.
So as you can see, I'm trying to do the work of 3 people here at the moment, but we've got the commiss who's not on board the ship, but she's actually commentating and pretending, well, she's just relaying information. But as the functions come in game, you see, this is where nobody's got the full coverage of the ship. It's only been out 2 weeks, but what we're doing, we're going to spend the 2 hours, 3 hours it takes, and people like Bold Gamer, Citaro will put it into effect because they'll have enough information to be able to do this. Sorry I can't have the commissaire today because she's away with family, and Commander Jose is spending time with family. They're always with us doing things, and they do need time out and whatnot. So as you can see, I would be in the co-pilot seat, also in the camera, while the commiss will be there recording things and then sending it off to where she needs. Well, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get out of this seat, okay, and I'm going to go into the co-pilot seat, but the only way I can do that, I have to rotate the ship. This is why you have to have 2 people, okay? Ow.
In Discord, sell ETAM and Neon in 3.5. Isn't that one of the new cell?
I'm really having problems with this ship. I can't get out of the seat. Systems off.
Roger.
Engines off. It can't be a CIG bug, it must be something wrong with my system. Oh, the reason why I can't get out of the seat, as you can see, I'm in that position, that seat. I've got to remember that. Lower landing gear.
Roger.
Landing gear down.
I will now go into the co-pilot seat, and I'll give you a quick demonstration. There's not much to do in this seat, okay? Remember, it's all live and uncut. We haven't got no literature, nobody's got it. We just need someone to spend a few hours in this ship so the main content creators can actually exploit it to their best capabilities. Okay? Same things. Modulate shield.
Roger.
That's not working in here either. Anyway, let's go to the camera. We're in the remote turret. I'm sorry I can't do the proper things. Oh, they fixed it. That if it's in the 90 vertical, you'd be looking at that in a what you could rotate it all the way around. You can only go a certain amount up and a certain amount down. Okay, I would say it's about 180 up and down, and 100, 360 all around. I actually got this wrong the other day actually. Okay, so forgive me. I can't do much more in this. Now obviously the commiss will be recording this in the back room there, okay? As Commander Yost will be flying the ship.
As you can see, you've got a wide variety of angles that you could use on this ship.
And
You have
we've
a
got
good wide variety of the TV monitors moving. Get quite good footage on that, no matter where you are. So if you're streaming like a battle, pretty nice shots of the shooting and the actual attacking and defending. Really, really nice streaming ship. Covered.
So as you can see, you do need 2 people for this small ship. It is very versatile. It's got well, there's 4 variants, but this ship is modular. I heard a lot of people say, no, it's not modular. When you can move things around, add things to it, it's a component, whatever, it's got a versatility. That's my way of explaining things. 2 people to explode the camera mode, but when it comes to recording, the streamer who's operating the camera cannot do that. It has to be done here. Okay? So it's 3 people it will need to do all those. For surveillance mode, 2 people, co-pilot and the pilot. You could have the pilot in there. All this one can do is give information, but I don't think they can operate the camera as such. They can do, but I don't think CIG is going to do that. But it'd be a shit. No, they will actually. Because, yes, I do. Yeah, it can actually. You can get out of the seat if it's been attacked. Go in here and act as a co-pilot to assist the pilot. 1 second. So
I
yes,
actually agree with Pepper there, with the 3 crew members, because 1 to fly the ship, 1 to record, and the other one you could use as a lookout, like a screenshot of things. If someone's attacking, then you can get a good screenshot of that, or it's just basically you're recording something completely different as what things are in different places. You can have 1 person scouting, 1 person recording, 1 person flying. And if I remember correctly, so maybe a 4th person could use that. I'm not sure if that's correct.
No.
We'll find out.
3 people actually, it's 3 people at most. Because it's 3 seats, but 2 people can actually use this ship. Depending how CIG operates the cameras. Okay. Now, I have gripes with this ship. I didn't have gripes. I've done a bit more flying on this ship. This ship is a multi-role, multi-vessel ship, depending on its loadout at the time. I will be having this ship on my Kraken when it comes out. This ship is very modular because you can swap in and out components. You might not want to be filming all the time. The ship can be turned into a science vessel. This ship here, as we speak, but the drawback with this ship is, let's go back to the back. When the components are swapped out, this ship will not be able to carry cargo. Okay, reason being because this is a newsreader ship. Every ship in its modularity has got its own unique. This is for news reading. If you notice, because it's used for news reading, you cannot swap out the stations. That's the only thing you can't do with this ship. 1 second. It's like the Vanguard, okay? If you know the literature on the Vanguard, you can put things on it, but the main structure of the hull of the ship cannot be changed. Well, this is the same. As you can see, you cannot take out the stations, okay, and put a science station in there, and it goes to the same for cargo. This is not to carry cargo in such, because obviously it's not built for that. But when it comes to weaponry, you can swap the weaponry out and turn it into an actual combat ship. If you want to do science and research, you have to use the Tanner, I think. If you want to do cargo, you have to use the other version. I don't know the names, I'm just giving you the idea between modularity and versatility. It has got two main roles, combat and also news information. It's got two roles, and that's what it can do. Why it's two roles? Because the guns are modular, they can be swapped out, okay? So don't think because you've got the Tanner, okay, you can put the Tanner's equipment in here. That's not what I mean. It does have its limitations, okay? So please don't get mixed up. You can put the guns and then it becomes a very good gunship. You lose the cameras and whatnot, okay? So as you can understand that, okay? I bought this particular ship to do televising and streaming, okay?
I've just thought of another role it could do as well. It has a back ramp.
Search and rescue, you're thinking, I know you.
I wasn't thinking search and rescue, I was thinking about paying the players when we do our beacons and stuff.
Could be, but would you want to travel with that much money and get attacked? Yeah, I know where you're coming from. Okay, let's talk about weaponry now, okay? As you can see, I'm in a different position. Sorry that Commander Dios is not with us today, he's with family. Okay, as you can see, the camera can rotate in a clockwise, okay, like this, okay, 360, and when he wants to do up and down, remember I'm not in the vertical position, okay, I'm in horizontal, it will swing out in 180 degrees, but that will point it down. Now for instance, if you wanted, okay, you could take the camera off here and you could put one size 2 on there, or you could put two size 1s on here, gimbaled, okay, two size 1 on there, gimbaled, and I do believe this basically that's a size 3 mount, I think. So you can have a size 3 gun on there, that's one size 3 fixed, one size 2 gimbaled, or two size 1 gimbaled. So that's two guns size 1s, and you can also have on this, especially do it this way, one size 2 fixed, or one size 1 gimbaled, okay? So that would be three size 1s, three size 1 gimbaled, okay, and you can do the same with the other side. So I'm having a bit of trouble here, just give me a second. And what you do with that side, you can do with this side, but obviously you'd have to have the other Reliance to do that. Same thing here, you could stick a gun on this side, size 1, size 2 or size 3 like the other side, and the same thing here, size 2 or size 1 gimbaled or ungimbaled. That will give you the equivalent of 6 size 1 guns. Now firepower. Now if you want to know what the firepower of this ship, I got my own variations, but I'm going to try and explain it the best way I can. 6 size 1s will be the equivalent. Oh, you can't do it that way, it's just going to be too hard to explain it. Basically, if you had 6 size 1 guns, okay, it would be more power than a size 4, size 5, which I'll get to in a second, but you will not have the distance, okay? It's a trade-off. If you want more power with all them guns, okay, you won't get the distance, you get the extra firepower at close combat. Now, if you want extreme firepower, okay, for distance, you'd have 2 size 3 guns, okay? That's on each wing, and underneath there, you'd have a size 2. Now you've got distance, okay, but your firepower is not as strong, you've got range, okay? Now, let's look at the maximum firepower in DPS you could have on the ship. I'm going to try and explain it to you the best way I can, alright? If you've got a size 3 on this size, that's a size 3, and you've got a size 3 on that side, okay? That would make it the equivalent of a size 4. 2 size 3s make 1 size 4. Doesn't mean so you got the distance, I mean the distance, but you'd have the DPS, okay? So 2 size 3 would make a size 4. Have I got that right? Size 3. Yeah, size 3. Size 3. That'll make it a size 4. Okay. And you've got 2 size 2 guns on here. One there and one there. That'll make it a size 3. Okay. So that's added together. That size 2 size 2 would make a size 3. And size 2 size 3, 2 size 3 size 1 would make it a size 3. So that's roughly the size of the 4.5 in guns. Basically it's about a size 4 gun. It's too hard for me to explain. I've got to go back and do the maths again. Basically each gun or 2 pairs makes it 1 size higher, okay? You've got 2 size 3s. If it's not 2 size 3 fix, would make it a size 4, okay, in firepower, not a size 4 on there and a size 4 on there. It'll be size 3 there, size 3 there, add it together, that's an equivalent to a size 4, okay? And you've got 2 size 2s there, that would make it equivalent to a size 3. So it's 2 size 3s would be a size 4, so it's just a little bit over 4.5 in firepower. Right, now this ship hasn't got missiles because remember it is a newsreader. In the other ships you've got missiles that can go in these points here. I think this is a waste. Now because this is a camera ship, you've heard about quadcopters, and those are drones. You could have drones in here that could be operated by the little miss in the back operating the cameras, or by the co-pilots in there, because he's got 2 drone sections. I think that would be good for this ship. Having drones coming out of there, okay, because he's not got missiles unless they make it missiles. That's just for this ship because it is a camera ship. And I think when these ships can't go into very small, or they're doing very delicate researches, I mean surveillance, and they don't want to get hurt, them little drones can come out and they can go into these small nooks and crannies, or the ship could hide in something like this and they could send out their little drones and whatnot. Well, I didn't think I'd take an hour to do this. I was hoping to take 3 or 4 hours. That means me doing combat, but to do combat to show the firepower on this ship, I would have to go and buy the other 2 Makos and kit it out. Well, not going to waste my credits to do that because I haven't got the facilities to go into Arena Commander, do combat or do the races, because to do that I have to have my members with me, and sometimes they want to do their own things, and I'm not going to waste the credits just to do a demonstration. But I know the other streamers, when they see what I've done here, they will do all of that. But what they will do, they'll take the important points that we've got so they can explain it in a way that you understand, okay? But I'll show you today, this is why you need 2 people for this ship.
I also like is that you can change the colour of it as well. I think Peppers can still do this.
Negative.
Go from whether
The
you
only
can't
way,
anymore.
no, the only way I can do that, I have to do the Arena Command Vandal Swarm or do the races. Okay, I've not done the races since 2.6, and the credits I've got there has been since 2.6. I've been trying to explain to you guys how to do these races, but everybody wants their own credits and they don't want to take part in that sense unless they want to take all their credits. And obviously, when they can't communicate, nobody gets, so there's no point. Everybody wants to be a winner, you know what I mean? But if we want to do these things, we've got to learn to share and understand. Don't forget, I do a lot of theory crafting, and I do understand most of the logics, but me explaining things doesn't come out in a way you guys can understand sometimes, so it gets difficult, you know what I mean? For me to do takes like this, sometimes I got to wait 3 months where it can only take 5 minutes because everybody wants to do their own thing, which is understandable. Everybody wants to go pew pew pew, you're in your ship, I'm in my ship. Well, this organization is about sharing, it's about team crew, team play, we're all in the same ship interacting, okay? But when we get a person on a ship, that person wants everybody to sit down there while that person does all that. That becomes frustrating. I've been trying to explain that to the team members and whatnot. There is a role play I would like to do with the Reclaimer, okay, which is the strongest ship out there. We can make 2.5 million, but that's going to take a small team play and interactive. But nobody's interested in that ship until they get the taste of the cookie crumble, basically, I mean. And then when they've done that, well, you just made 2.5 million, I want half. No, it doesn't work that way, because remember, you've got the ship, okay, you've got to rent the ship blows up, you've got to pay credits to get the ship back out. If you lose your cargo, you lose the whole lot, exactly. And then kind of things, you've got to equip the ship, okay, you've got other team members. Sometimes people can't do number crunching, and at the end of the day, they want to do pew pew pew. They want to do 5 minutes, and to fly a Reclaimer to its full potential in the game as it is now, it doesn't take 5 minutes. It could take 2 hours, but the dividends you will get back in that ship is 2 million a run on 2 hours. You cannot die in the Reclaimer as the game stands now. The salvage stuff is not in there. The only way you can make money on that ship is if you was to go to yellow and you got your crew in there, and there is ways you can load the ship in 15 minutes with all the cargo you want. The ship is strong, it can't be blown. If you've got the right engineer, the right pilot, and it's coordinated. But everybody wants to do their own thing, and when they want credits, they all come crying back like babies. Sorry if it sounds a bit insultive. Been playing the game a long time now, well, not as long as 6-7 years, and I've watched when I was players at the end of the day, and now I'm a fleet commander because that's my role play. We've got other people. When somebody comes on, I resign that post and I pass the post on to somebody else. I was logistics, because Miss is now logistics. She's going to learn that game from scratch, and there's other players like combat, explorations, all them kind of things. The last part that will be taken up will be co-pilot engineer, because nobody knows the understanding of that ship. Get a good co-pilot, your ship is strong. I'm into defense and strategy. I'm not moaning, bitching and moaning. I'm just giving you an idea. It's an interactive role play. It's not I'm in my ship, go pew pew pew, and you're in your ship and you go pew pew. It's about uniting and acting as one crew member. You've all watched Star Trek Bridge Commander. When they go and they all get it wrong, they all start cursing each other and all that lot. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that's interactivity, but it won't be like that when we play. You've got our crew, as you can see, and we're all organising ourselves, you know what I mean? And we're getting there. It's taking time, but we all understand each other, and we all get on like a house on fire. I speak a bit harsh sometimes, but it's not that I'm speaking harsh. Sometimes I find it very difficult to explain what I'm trying to explain, so I have to use body motions, expressions to get my point across. It's not meant to be offensive, but most my crew member understand what I mean, and they know where I'm coming from. If I just try to explain it just like normal people, it doesn't get the point across and we get nowhere.
But also, when he says reading body movements, it's a bit difficult to read body movements over voice. So you might have to acknowledge, yes, you! I'm talking. Basically, you can't tell what people are thinking on the other side of a voice. Hear different tones.
Look at me.
I'm talking. What it is, you have to listen and get to know the person you are actually flying with. You can't see them. The only thing you can do is see them in game. Or you can judge what movements they do then, unless they actually take a gun out on you and you know what they're thinking then.
Have you finished?
Yep.
Rubbish. Hey, we've got voice over IP now. Okay, I can talk, I can move my arms, I can do all of these things. See, look, I'm not going to turn. Oh yes, I can turn around. Oh, I've not got it set up actually. I can do all of these things. I just set it up, and I can do my hand movements, and I can do my face movements, and everything to go with it. Okay? And when I get my camera on, you'll be seeing all them hand movements and everything to go with it. Yes. So don't. Hey, I got brown eyes. I'm supposed to have blue eyes. I mean purple eyes. Okay. So yes, you can. CIG's thinking of everything. So you're not gonna get away from me just like that.
Go away!
Oh my word.
No?
I can't zoom in and zoom out yet. When I get the key bindings, it will all be done.
Is that a good picture though? Very good job.
As it says, we've got a fleet. We are building up a fleet at the moment for the Kraken, the Carrack, sorry. Okay, of 6 crew. That will need a minimum of 2 crew because you got drones coming in. If drones come into game, which I've explained on this, I don't believe an AI can do that. Okay, you need another person to do drones. Okay, everything else might be able to be workable, but when it comes to drones, you will need a human player. I cannot see an AI controlling a drone. As you can see on the right hand side, we have 5 members. Okay, those are my 5 main crew members, and I've got 2 AIs. That's Octavia, which you can't see there, and I've got Zero. Okay, those can, when they're not on, they can be co-pilot and engineer, and also they want to give me ship-to-ship information, news that's going around, and whatnot. Okay. We are, everybody in the org we've got there, they are active, but they do other things. And obviously, Miracle Miss has been talking. If we're doing streaming, okay, and they're not really taking part, coming in these discussions with us, there's no point really having them in there. It's just making up numbers when we can put the active people on there, what they are and what not. As you can see, we are getting better and we're learning. We've got Little Miss at the top. She's chief admin and logistics. Her job is to get information and go where we can go to make money and credits. We are civilians, we are not military, but we have the best of both worlds. We are here to learn with each other and whatever. I am a fleet commander. I want to be a commander. I want to just throw my weight around. No, not throw my weight around. I want to be fleet commander, giving instructions in the captain's seat, etc. Move around. Because I'm a streamer, I can't just sit down in one seat, because I like to take pictures of everybody, which I've not done for a few weeks because I've had problems with the PC, with CIG changing things in my PC overheating. That's why I downclocked my PC, because I've got everything running on the same PC. It's a very, very powerful PC, but when you're doing the streaming in 4K, you're playing the game in 4K, and you're running at 4.75 gigahertz, and you've got Discord, music, and everything running back, it can have a toll. Okay, and if you can see, I do a lot of researching. I am in
Roger, Commander. Healing.
No, I'm not hurt. I am in Arena, Commander. There was no way I would have been able to do this with any guarantees in the PU. Okay? I could not do this in the hangar deck, obviously. And if I wanted to show you guys properly how to use the cameras and whatnot, I would have needed somebody with me. I could be honest with you and say I could tell you a lie, so I said, oh, we can do this next take tomorrow. But I don't depend on anybody at the end of the day. But you've got other streamers there now, like Citaro, okay, that will be watching this sooner or later, and they will look into all this and they will put it into effect. But what I've done, I've started the ball rolling. What is that? To give them ideas. There is no literature on this ship. The ship's only 2 weeks old, okay? Which Miracle Miss was having a discussion about this earlier, okay? And that's what we do. I will sit here, go right through this ship, detail for detail, finding what I can find, see what I can see, and pointing them out. See if there's any faults. CIG will see these faults. Anything that's to be added, like I believe drone cameras would be good for this ship, okay? Controlled by the people at the back. I mean, Little Miss at the back. They will think about it, and if it's any good, they'll add it in. This ship is, to use the ship properly, you need 2 people, effectively 3, okay? If you use 3 people, it's only a day ship, okay? Because you need to sleep. If you're using 2 people, you won't be able to use all the functions, okay? But you can go out for a couple of days because you've got basic requirements. What I mean by that is, well, it could depends actually. If you just want somebody awake all the time, you got 2 beds, you got 3 people. If one person's playing all the time, then yes, that can work.
Question. Nimanja T has asked, does it twist 90 degrees when you start it?
Negative. I'm going to do a quick demonstration of that now. I twist it at the moment, okay? They are working on the landing gear. They're going to be changing the landing gear, I believe, to what I've heard. A few critics, not critics, that's the wrong word. Sorry, as you can see, I'm always using the wrong words. They're going to be changing this, okay? So when you rotate it, okay, the landing gear is down, up, it stays up. Now this is what they mean. Raise landing gear.
Roger.
You see? That's how it works. But you see, every time I lower the rotate the ship, the landing gear comes down. I would agree with most of the, I have to use the word critics, I can't think of the right word, okay? But it's not critics as a bad word, okay? I guess it's my vocabulary sometimes, okay? I believe the landing gear should be operated separately from the rotation of the ship, okay? Lower landing gear.
Roger.
As you see, and it's a disadvantage because you can fly the ship in both handles, okay? You cannot get out the ship when it's, you can get out the ship and move around when it's in this situation, and you see me, my speech is stress actually. I've got so much going through my head, so I usually like to use one word that means everything. 1 second, I'm moving. When you're in this position, you can get out the seat, but when you're in the another position, lower landing gear.
Roger.
You cannot get out the ship, obviously, so you have to make sure when you're moving around, you've got to change position. But I do believe they should operate the landing gears independently from the rotation of the ship, okay? I don't think that's needed as such, basically. Just like with the thrusters act as a main engine, okay? Those should be able to rotate independently, which they will do in game. Basically, that's the main engines. They can act as thrusters because they can rotate. Depending on, basically, if I'm going up, if I'm going up, okay, those engines should be pointing down. If I want to go down, the engine should be pointing up, okay? As you can see, same thing again. I'm going to go down because they are main engines and they are thrusters, okay? Or the main engines, it could be like a little jet engine. because it can rotate or whatnot. I don't know actually. I'm not really. Let me just go. No, it can't work like that. Or can it?
Just to warn you also, Pepper, the member joining us in chat in a minute is a new member called Love E.
Okay.
Be a quick AOK and I'll jump into voice chat. Just thought I'd forewarn you in case you heard anybody else come in.
Okay. We're in the reception, yeah? Okay. Well, that's all we can do on the Mako for now. Okay. I could go through a lot. I'm just trying to work out these thrusters actually.
I can't wait to get in there, to be honest, because I want to venture into all the TV part of it, like recording and everything, see how that works.
Well, I wouldn't have you fly me in the ship. I'm joking, I'm joking.
I didn't say fly. I didn't say I'd be flying it. I said I can't wait to get my hands on the controls of the TV so I can like zoom in and out and take some nice screenshots and videos.
Thrusters 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1 click.
Thrusters 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1 click.
Thrusters 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1 click.
Thrusters 2/3.
Do you have a mic?
Roger.
Lucky?
Thrusters 2/3.
Thrusters 5 clicks.
Roger. Thrusters 5 clicks.
Thrusters 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
Activate cruise control.
Roger.
That's better. Now I'm in cruise control. I can take my fingers off manual there and fly the ship with just one hand. I'm in mouse controlling things.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Look at miss.
Hi, yes we can hear you. Yes, right, we can hear you.
Excellent.
Just give me a second there, please. I'm just gonna have to switch screen. Just give me a minute. Deactivate
Hi.
cruise control.
Roger.
Little Miss UK, and that is Pepper. Pepper is the streamer at the moment, and we are on stream, so please mind your language.
Yes, I noticed all of those things, and I also read your...
That's awesome. Where are you from?
I'm actually from Brooklyn, New York. However, I am in Auckland at the New Zealand.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was. Really nice to have you on board.
Thank you very
Playing.
much. I still need to take that quick 5-minute AFK. However, I can still hear you. I'm wearing wireless headphones. As I move about, I just can't respond.
Okay, no problem. That's not a problem.
Okay, love.
And quickly before I leave, I too own and fly the Mako, and I wasn't watching because I wasn't at my computer when I heard you talk about the thrusters. However, you'll find thrusters on the wings, on the edge. There's a round, it would be conflex and hyperbolic curve. It budges out, okay? It's like a round disc. It's not on the tip. That's the end cap, but on the flat surface, on the underneath, when you have the ship in the landing position. And you are correct, Commander Pepper, about being able to fly the ship in both positions. It is coming, however, that particular feature has not been implemented yet.
Thank you. Actually, as he says, the thrusters, I can't actually move the mouse, but if you look right at the top tip, you see a little round disc. That's where one of the thrusters are. At the bottom, you've got another set of thrusters at the bottom there. I do believe there might be one on the other side. So it's basically, it's got 4 thrusters and 2 main engines. As you can see at the top tip, an orange disc, I believe those to be the thrusters. And at the bottom, there's thrusters there too. Okay, and on the other side, at the top, you got thrusters. It's got 4 thrusters. I'd have to go into ship schematics. Okay, and it's got 2 main engines. I am learning about the ship. Okay, but obviously you've got the big streamers. Okay, I just explain things until they can actually put it in a way that is understandable. There's no literature on the ship, as you know, so I will take 4, 5, 6 hours doing it on stream to put things out there so it can be explained in such a way. But as you know, which you understand, to fly the ship effectively, to do things, it will need 2 people. As you know, there's 4 variants of what it can do, etc.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to utilizing that large screen in the back. We can access the camera from the co-pilot seat,
Yeah.
but aside from the unobstructed view, there isn't much really that we can do with it.
I was just wondering if I could get your in-game name, we could actually try and demonstrate the camera. Obviously I need a second person with me at this moment. I don't know how good a pilot you are, because they can see I'm kind of not very good. We could try and demonstrate this camera situation and see what it's like for the first time on stream.
No worries, give me 5 minutes, I'll be back. And
Okay.
I'll log in.
Thanks.
Is not little Miss UK in game?
No, she's
Anybody
at,
can jump into.
no, she's
No, not
actually,
yet.
no, she's actually away from her PC. She's actually with family at the moment, down south, about 200 miles away. So that's so what she's doing, she's commentating. So obviously that's the reasons why she's not actually on board the ship, but she's commentating as if she was actually on the ship. You see, it saves me. I can't multitask. You see what I mean?
You men aren't very good at multitasking, I must admit.
Give me a few minutes and I'll be back.
Okay, thanks.
I can
Okay.
hear you, but I can't respond.
Okay. Yeah, look, miss, what you need to do is get his name. Get his name and give him my handle, okay?
Yeah, will
Yeah.
do.
I might have to log out the game, obviously.
My name is Love E.
Yeah, she'll type it in
is
text.
in Discord.
Yes, in
Oh.
game it's Love E, and from my name, you should be able to discern my wife's.
So, what it is in Discord is exactly how it is in game, yes? Or is it just love with an E on the end?
It's Love_E. My apology.
It's okay, that's okay. No, just so that way we know who we're adding and, you know what I mean, just in case we misspell it or something.
It's best if he just types it in the chat there so you've got a proper idea, like you're going to do with mine in a sec, because if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Thrusters 2/3.
Roger. Thrusters 2/3.
Full thrusters.
Roger. Full thrusters.
Activate cruise control.
Roger.
So, you have to wait a few minutes, viewers. We'll be able to actually advertise the cameras for the first time. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if it's actually going to work or what it's going to be like. Okay. Joy, I can't remember his name. I don't want to be calling him on Rover and say, you know what I mean? It's just, I just need to get my head around. It just takes me a little time to get used to names. You see, it would have been okay if he was on stream, then he could take the camera, but obviously because I'm streaming, I would have to actually be in the camera seat while he fires the ship.
And it does sound really weird, you calling someone love.
Yeah, I
and it's
know.
a guy. Sorry, but it just sounds...
Don't worry, I'll work a way around it. Not being disrespectful. So where you say it's from Canada, did you say Kansas?
He's from New York.
Yeah.
At the moment, he's in Auckland in New Zealand.
So I would say it's about 6 hours behind or 6 hours in front. Google it.
Oh. About, yeah, I think he's in front. 1 second.
See, we're going to be in free flight. So what's going to happen? He's going to be getting out of his ship when he gets online, and then he's going to EVA over to my ship or vice versa. And then we're going to do the test flight for the first time with 2 people in the Mako in Arena Commander. We can't do it in the PU because it's very glitchy at the moment, and that's the only reason why we haven't crashed. Deactivate cruise control.
Roger.
So he'll be doing something like this. He will be in the pilot seat most probably, flying around, and I'll be there trying to take shots, pointing the camera in this position. And little miss, if she's on the ship, she'll be in the back there recording things and sending it to where it needs to be sent. Full thrusters.
Roger. Full thrusters.
Speed 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
Activate cruise control.
Roger.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it could be morning over there. $2 a.m. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Well, it must be in Australia then. Deactivate cruise control.
Roger.
Full thrusters.
Roger. Full thrusters.
I'm actually getting the hang of this piloting now.
That's good. Give me a second, I need to go powder me there.
Roger. Full thrusters.
Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Cruise control 1/3. Cruise control 1/3. Cruise control, oh. Speed 1/3.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
It's noisy, this ship, isn't it? That was me being silly. Sorry about that, viewers. Now, usually in the PTU, every time I did this, I'd actually crash. And I haven't, so I must have my settings really low.
Hello, how can this help you today?
Activate cruise control.
Roger.
Commander?
Hi.
Hi. I returned.
Okay, 1 second, I'll just log out.
A couple of things. Is that correct?
Go ahead again.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Are you which version are you?
Oh, 3.5 live he's playing in.
Okay, good. Okay,
There's no PTU at the moment.
yes.
It's gone live, so
I was confused by what he was saying.
Yeah, he's in 3.5 PU in Arena Commander.
Can I have his name, please? Slowly.
Yeah, it's L
Repeat again, Uncle Miss, please.
for Lima,
Roger.
for Oscar,
O for Oscar.
for Victor,
V for Victor.
E for Echo,
E for Echo.
underscore,
Underscore.
E for Echo.
E for Echo.
Thank you, Miss UK.
No problem.
Well, I've got him added. I might need to log out, but I'll just wait for him to finally get acknowledgement he's got my name.
Okay, so you want me to go into Arena Commander? Is that what you...
I'm going to log out now, and I'm going to call you in a second, okay?
Okay. You were correct, by the way. 0200 out. Well, 0219 at this point.
Yeah, so you are early hours of the morning over there right now.
I live in your future.
That again?
I live in your future. It's Tuesday morning here.
Oh, right, okay.
Love E, you might need to log out, then log back in again. Close down your launcher.
I can invite you to a private match if you like.
Okay, I'm not ready to see us online here, you see, unless you log out or log in.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
For me, I've just actually logged out of the launcher, and you didn't register, so you might have to log out of your launcher and then re-log back in again. 'Cause I've just added your name, you see.
My apologies. I want to make certain that I understood you correctly. You are currently unable to get into Arena Commander, is that?
Negative. No, you need to log out of Star Citizens. You need to close down your launcher, close down the game, then re-log back in. See, I've just added your name to my contact list, so for me to be able to be active to see
I
you.
understand. Gotcha. Okay, can you see me?
I'll log back out again.
What's your no? Don't go anywhere. What's your name?
Pepper?
P
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
PEPPER01 is his in-game name. Pepper01 is his in-game name.
You should have just gotten an invite from me.
Yes, he's got a party invite. I can see that on the screen.
Okay, I'm going into Arena Commander. And we want free flight because you are streaming currently, and this is for demonstration purposes.
Yes. Yes, we're just basically talking about the Mako today because Pepper has just bought it for the org, and as he's a streamer, it'd be the most ideal ship to use as a streaming ship.
Yep.
And such like.
Yep.
So he's just learning about the ship as we go.
Okay, and there you are. Except I'm not getting a check from you, Pepper. Have you accepted the
I think he's actually on the phone right now. I'm not actually sure. Give him a couple of seconds.
No worries.
So how long have you been playing?
Several years now. We started way back. I don't know, but let's see, this is 19, so at least 2015, 15, 16. Yeah, I think 15. I haven't played for a long time, however, because there are no female characters in the game and it pissed me off.
No, I know there's a lot of that, but now there is.
Yeah,
I think
why I'm back.
Because a lot of people were holding back because there wasn't females in the game, because their girlfriends or their wives or whatever wanted to also play, and unless there's female characters in the game, I play no matter what. Well, now that female characters are out, it's a lot better for us. Sales for a thing.
It just makes no sense. I know they just got the female characters in, and that's the reason why we're playing again. But yeah, in my opinion, it made no sense that there was no females. And unfortunately, it's been a long-standing trend of Chris from way back in the Wing Commander days.
Oh, you should say that. So does Pepper. Because he actually plays.
I'm back now. Can you change the broken moon to the other one? Because this the one at the bottom of the map is actually a bit too bright for my eyes. I can't change that. Yeah, thanks.
Copy that.
Thanks. I'm going to. I'm ready now. I hope I got the right ship. Yeah, I have. You want me to fly over to you, or do you want to fly over to me?
You're streaming, and it's your ship you just got, so you should fly.
I'll fly over to you.
Hello, how can I best help you today?
Hello.
Hi, Commander Yoza.
Hi.
How's your day?
It goes well.
Lovely.
Full scan.
Roger.
I'm trying to catch up to you. Well, let's try and open up this ship now. Press to unlock.
Hi, Yoza.
Hello, little miss.
Hello.
Hmm?
How are you?
Knackered. I'm running around today.
Again?
Took some knackered running all around the place. Running up to my sisters to drop gear off and say goodbye to my other sister that was over for the weekend with her.
Ah, right, okay, so you had a busy family day, really.
Well, it's been busy since Friday, yeah, since they came over.
Yeah.
Kind of threw me off track, you know, my normal day.
Lower landing gear.
Roger.
Like I went to get me shopping yesterday.
And
And,
Pepper is doing the Mako today.
oh, is he streaming now?
And he's talking about the Mako.
Yeah, Yoz, I'm sorry about the noise yesterday. I couldn't hear that I was making a ding dong in here. I'm going to try and find some way of controlling these banging in the ears with my headphones. I'm actually
There's
going to
only one way to do it, and it's the push to talk, mate.
And we have a new member in here called Love E. He's also got a Mako, so at the moment Pepper and Love E are in Arena Commander.
Yeah, I said hello to Lovey. Hello,
I'm sorry.
That's what it sounds like.
It
Isn't
sounds
oh,
weird.
Lovey.
Yeah, it does sound weird with two guys saying, "Hi, Lovey."
Although we said it properly, like love _E.
So does your wife play, Lovey?
Yes, she does.
Awesome.
3 guesses what her name is.
Lovey Dove.
Lovey Dove?
Are you coming aboard?
Yes, I am.
Okay, when you're ready, I've opened the doors. I'm in the pilot seat. I'm in the co-pilot seat.
Okay, I will. I didn't know what you were doing. If you were going to, if I was going to EVA over, or if you were going to land.
No,
No
so you
worries,
can,
I'm
can
coming.
EVA over.
There's a back door open for you.
Yep.
Oh, that looks weird. 2 Makos in one shot. That is pretty cool.
NPC's blocking the gangway.
You love it, really.
Lucky enough, there's 2 customs entrances here at Webster.
And you're
Can
not
you
pushing
close
them
the
out
back
the way
doors,
anymore.
please?
No.
Hang on. I went through the door, the floor.
It's
Give me a
annoying.
moment.
I'm in the co-pilot seat.
Yeah, he just disappeared at a minute, Pepper. He
Right.
fell through the floor.
Does that mean he died?
No. There we go. Permission to come aboard.
Roger. Permission granted. Somehow I can't actually see you.
Ow!
Ah,
What happened?
When those doors shut, that's pretty neat.
Flare armed.
That is pretty neat.
this is the first time we've had 2 players on this ship, and he's going to rotate the ship into flight mode so we can actually test out the camera.
Landing gear up.
Whoa, already I'm feeling dizzy.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch.
No, it's okay.
It's a trick thing, Pepper.
As you can see, we've got Love there flying. I'm actually doing the filming. I'm actually rotating the camera as it stands. When Little Miss gets on board, she will actually be in the back there recording everything and sending it to its relative party.
I'm making cups of tea and coffee.
I can't really tell you what position I am until we become stationary and it's actually facing where it's supposed to be. I can do it a different way.
I was maneuvering so that I can give you a reference to this structure here.
Yeah, I'm actually working it out now as we speak.
This way you have a frame of reference.
I am now taking a picture of the satellite. For the satellite, if Miss Little Miss was in the back, she'd actually be recording the information and sending it to where it should be sent to. The only thing I've not done at the moment, I have not got Zoom worked out yet, or how it's supposed to be done. We can simulate Zoom by zooming, he could fly forwards or backwards to get a full bird's eye view.
I'm not certain if the key mapping works yet vis-a-vis the camera, the observation camera. I simply haven't experimented with it yet.
Yeah.
However, I know that most functions of the camera, as well as the displays in the back, unfortunately have not been implemented in the game.
Right, son, whatever it was.
See, Commander Yoda will be mostly our pilot. Okay, so she will do most of flying because I'm the streamer in the game. I will be the one with. Gosh, I'm not. Know something. I'm actually moved around in the sea here, you know. Okay. As he's moving around, I've got to try and stay focused. Okay, and keep the camera as still as I can. If he's in the right position, and the Miss will be actually recording, and she will be sending it back to where it's supposed to go. That's to you guys on stream. Try flying around. Let's see if I can actually keep focus with the camera in the upright position. But we can't zoom in and zoom out. Let's see how close are you.
Stand by.
Roger.
This may get hairy.
Anyways, get your doggy bag ready.
There you go, Yoda.
Doggy bag, your sick bag ready.
Yeah. But you might need to.
While he's flying around,
It's a fair
I will
call.
try and stay focused. Although I don't know what he's doing, so I'll be playing it by ears. Practice is how we learn, by experience. I'm actually trying to think at the moment that Little Miss is in the back recording all of this, so I've got to try and stay focused while the pilot tries to keep the ship steady. Basically, he needs to know where he's flying, so he's not flying any rocks, because I'm not actually looking. I'm actually there trying to take the camera still. This is actually 3 people working the one ship as multi-crew, as a team working together.
You How does seasickness?
You see, he's flying. He's actually flying in one position, and I've got the camera looking in another position as he does a flyby. This is brilliant. As you can see, I know he's flying forward, and I'm looking behind, just looking at that rock. You first saw it live, uncut, on Unity. As you can see. I do believe. So a cameraman should always stay focused. I've got to be aware which way he's flying, and also try and keep oriental, whatever you got, that big massive word. I'm having trouble, but I'm learning. Say that again, Miss.
Orientation.
That's the, oh, you remember the word I taught you, yes. But you see, I don't know the angles of this, I don't remember, oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. I'm not too familiar with this ship and its angle, okay? But the whole idea is just try and keep the camera as still as possible. The pilot is also learning to fly, and the little miss will be there recording as we do all of this. I do know it's got different angles, but I'm having trouble.
Going through these two rocks, these two large rocks. On the other side, I'm going to rotate the wings so you can get a shot as I put the landing gear down. In fact,
I'm sure this is supposed to
I
be
should have enough clearance to do it here.
Oh. Okay.
Now, I heard him rotate there just now, and I was just about able, but with practice I will get it better. But like I said, it's the first time I've flown this ship, but just pretend that there's 3 people in this ship. Obviously Mrs. function not working just yet, you see, so obviously I'm just pretending that she's actually there.
Let's put it this way. You are about to go through a very tight squeeze. From what I can see, it makes it different where you are.
How's that? I'm inside the cockpit, so I'm flying without the benefit of the external camera.
Also, Pepper, there's a handy little thing to remember for angles. The angle of the dangle determines the direction of you.
Right. I presume we're flying away from the point of interest.
Roger.
I'm sorry, you want me to fly away?
No, negative. No, I'm just actually explaining to the viewers what we can see. I know you can't actually see, so I'm just explaining to the viewers and actually give you an idea what I can see from the camera. I'm still looking at the rocks at the moment. And while he's rotating, I'm trying to keep the rock in view while the mist is recording everything. It would be nice if we had drones on this ship because Little Miss could actually fly the drones, or I could fly the drones, while the pilot hides the ship in some remote corner where it couldn't be detected. If you like what we do, please click on the link with a like, or if you want to join us and take part in our discussions, please do so. We're all doing this at the moment to help the main content creators do proper footage on this and explain in detail how it's done. We're doing it uncut, we don't know what to expect, so we're just doing it as we come. If there's any bugs or anything that we can see that we don't like, this is our time now to actually do it and show it. You might be wondering why there's no grid markings, because obviously it's camera shots, and that'll be down to the Little Miss in the back to put what grid references she wants. If I was to have it here now, like you can see my icons on the side, it would actually spoil the footage, but this is what we're just advertising at the moment and how it's going to be. As you can see, as the pilot is flying around, I'm trying to just focus on one particular rock to give an idea what the angle's like. I'm trying to keep it as steady as I can. I'm actually using mouse. Oh, I'm trying to use joystick now. You see that I'm actually using joystick to keep focus as it's moved around. I think it's actually easy to use a mouse to keep an idea of point of interest. Now I'm using the mouse. I do believe he's flying around a satellite. I'll change point of interest in a second. He's now flying around a satellite, and I will focus while Miss records the footage. So as you see, although it's a small ship, there's no way one person can do the job of two on there. You do need a co-pilot to operate the camera, and you will need a third person to record. Not everybody can do the one job, it's impossible. We know that because me, Yos and Miss has been doing things like this for the last 6 months as a crew members, and we always work together. And when she's walking about with Yosa, I always keep them in camera view.
That is a really nice shot.
Thank you, little miss.
That's right.
The sooner they get the things in this working display on the Mako in the back there, I think we could actually do a lot. There's a lot of people now got an idea now what this ship is capable of doing in its early forms. We're now just going to be waiting for CIG to put something in here where it can do. But one thing I'd like CIG to do, as co-pilot, please can you have the shields operational so the co-pilot can actually work the shields. I know this is not the take to be doing all of this, but then
Excuse
again...
me, Commander. I think you can. You should have one MFD at your disposal there.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to come out camera view. I don't think it's going to work, but I'll give it a go.
No, it doesn't work. I don't think it works while you're operating the camera. However...
Modulate shields.
Roger.
No, it's not working. The co-pilot functions are not working. If it was working, you'd actually see your shields rotating. Give it an idea. If you look at your shields, did they move to the right?
No, they did not.
Yeah, That's because I know they're not working. So I'd already tested this previously, you see. I'd be lucky if I could actually drop the power. Is the power of the shields dropped?
No.
Yeah, that's because it's not working in this ship. There are ships that do work. It would be nice because I could actually show players how these things could actually work as multi-crew when we're actually on ships. At the moment, most of the players, it's one fly their ship, this flies their ship, but as a multi-crew ship with crew working together, the functionalities that's only on there on the Cutlass Black, the Hammerhead, and I do believe the Reclaimer.
Yes, the Reclaimer requires several people to operate efficiently. There are several ships that are multiplayer, and you're absolutely correct. I can't wait into the functionality of the Mako. Is
I am now taking some footage of the the satellite, as Lob E is flying wherever it's going. I know he can't see what I'm doing, I'm just televising, obviously. The commiss, if she was on the ship, she'll be recording all of these details. That takes the stress off one person trying to do everything. I know I'm supposed to be able to rotate this, but I can't remember what functions did that. Later on, I'll try and find out. Let's see if we have got zooming on this. No, we haven't got zoom facilities on this. That would actually be down to the committer zooming and things like that. I am now televising the landing pad. Just taking a quick look around what's around.
stand by. I'm going to deploy the landing gear and bring it.
I do believe we're upside down. Let's see. Oh no, we're not. Well, how's that worked? Oh,
If can you turn your head to? Should see me.
Yeah, I can see you. Hi.
Hello.
You look younger than me. Right. I'm just gonna go stretch my legs. It's the first time I've been able to stream with one of my colleagues in a couple of months because I've had problems with my PC shutting down. I've had to actually underclock my PC and things seems to be okay, but I wouldn't trust it in the PU at this moment. Now, like I said, I do a lot of streaming.
See, that's where you confused.
Repeat again, please.
That's where you confused me earlier. The PU is rather stable right now.
Oh my, no, on my PC I've got very powerful PC, and I've got a lot of things running, so it tends to overheat with streaming in 4K, playing in 4K, music playing in the background, Discord and everything at high quality. It can become pretty hot, you see. So I've got to turn
Yeah.
things down, you see. Plus the internet, I've burnt out routers in the past, burnt out graphics cards. All those can take a toll on the PC. It's a very good, powerful PC I've got. So anything I do, it will multiply it. And if I'm not careful, it will burn it out. So what type of PC have you got?
It works.
Okay.
The important thing is the graphics card, and unfortunately, I have an older graphics card. It's the GeForce NVIDIA 1080 Ti.
Well, that's not an old one. I got a TI, and I'm happy with it. I'm not planning to change it for now. It's going to save me a good few years, but mine's running SLI, you see. Do you want to
Yeah,
jump
this
out the
is
seat and I'll show the viewers how I usually do my streaming. Usually I'm usually down
Sure.
Commander Yoza and Little Miss, but they're not here with me today. So I'm just going to give the guys an idea how we stream and how I keep everybody focused.
I just lost 204,000.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah. I was jumping
If
to
you can
Levski.
step out the ship, please.
And I got interdicted. And quantum jammed. So I went to full speed on the limiter to get away from it and continued the jump. But when I got to Levski, we got that bug now because whatever they're doing with the Mobiglass and all those asteroids.
Excuse me. I apologize for interrupting you. It's just I wanted to ask Commander if he showed his viewers what the display for the Mako looks like.
Yes, I did that earlier. If you want to sit in the seat, they could actually see you in the seat as if it was a commiss that was sat there. I've actually got you in focus there. As you can see.
Sorry, Yaza, you were saying?
No, it's okay, mate, yeah. It's because of that bug, basically. Where when you're trying to select, what do you call it? Levski at Delamar, and all those asteroids in the star mapper, it took me so long to try and select it that when they came out the screen, I was already heading for the surface. Smash! Because the speed limit was on full blast. That's another thing they have to do in the user interface. We should not lose sight of the likes of the speed limit and all that when you go into a quantum travel interface. That's a load of rubbish. It's a waste, the biggest waste of space going that user interface.
Did you manage to put the MFDs on there, Lobby? I didn't see the lights come on, you see.
There they are. You should see them now. Hopefully.
Yeah, no, I've not got clarification of that. So it's only you as the operator that can actually see it actually on. That'll be another bug they'll have to also fix.
Yeah. It's probably just simply not being implemented yet, since the functionality is not implemented.
Yeah. Well, I know they can come on. I know they can be turned on. I've actually seen it. But me there sat there watching in third person's view, or in third person's view, they've not actually lit up. Are you able to open the doors and leave the ship?
Yes, I can.
This is what me, Commander Yoza, and the commiss always do. We always walk around, and it's just not me just sat down there. I always keep them in view. This is the first time I'm actually doing this with Lobby, so he's not got an idea how we play. But while he's walking around, I will be following him everywhere he goes like I'm his shadow.
At least he doesn't run off like Commander Yoza does.
And you can see I'll even stay at the side of him. See, it's the first time he's not used to how we play, you see. So I'm just trying to keep up with him. Whatever
Stand
he
by.
does,
I need to toggle walking to make it easier for you.
see, I can follow Commander Yoza, and I can actually follow the commit because I know how their walking styles. They don't walk towards me, I follow them. If I lose contact with them, I let them know, and they know to adjust their style. If they're both going out of camera view, I can either zoom out, like so, or I tell them to come closer. So I always keep them all in focus all the time.
But sometimes Commander Yoza is like a little rabbit and takes off.
I don't have the patience to be working as slow as they do.
You see, I'll be walking around the ship, and I will keep Lobby in focus as I'm walking around the ship.
I'm looking for a key that I'm not using.
What makes this even better, actually, is you're actually in very similar dress code as well.
Yeah, because we're in the camera, it's standard. We can't change that. You see, as I'm walking around the ship, you'll notice I'm keeping Lovey in focus all the time. So it's not just about me there and looking at me and what I'm doing. As you can see, it's walking and keeping the mouse steady.
I assigned the key to walking, however, does not seem to be working. Seem to be moving at the same pace.
Lovey,
Yes. Yes.
does your missus have a computer of her own, or do you share one?
It can't run on separate computer unless you're using I'm trying to keep this clean. Oh gosh, I'm keeping out of this. I'm keeping out of this, okay?
What I was getting at was if she played her own game on her own computer and doing this on her own computer, and then you can have chats together. You know what I mean? That's what I meant for joining Discord. So look, you
I'm
look great on
sorry.
that. I know we're citizens.
I apologize for laughing hysterically. Let's see, we've been married for approximately 20 years, and throughout that 20 years, I've insisted that her computer is always either equal to mine, or superior. I've insisted that she's always had her own computer. And like I said, I refuse to be one of those guys that, gets a really great computer and then passes off when he upgrades his computer, he passes the hand-me-down to his wife or girlfriend. Doesn't work like that. So, first of all, she's always had her own computer, and our computers have always been identical. I make certain when I build computers, I buy twin parts for each of them.
Nice.
It's similar to what we was talking about a few weeks back. It's about buying same joysticks and things like that, and how much it can be cost. I think what Little Miss meant was, when she said share the computers, can you both use Star Citizens under one PC? I think that's what she meant. Actually, yes, it can be done, but obviously you have to use another software to run in conjunction with Star Citizens. But to use Windows, it won't work. I can't remember. Linux is the program you'd have to use to run two Star Citizens on the wrong PC. That's what Little Miss actually meant. You see, we've actually got two PCs.
In that case, allow me to answer. Yes, I have boxes that employ Unix. I'm sorry, Ubuntu. In fact, that's my cat's name, Ubuntu. And if you use Vine, you may be able to run the two on the same machine. I haven't tried, so I can't confirm that. We've been playing games, like you said, for like over 20 years. And
Yeah.
we always play on our own computers because you can't play any real games on the same computer. You gotta have your own.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from, because like look at Miss, she's got her computer and her side, but she's only just got into the PC gaming over the last 2 years. I've only been in this game about 2 years, and I had an Alienware, and I didn't know what the game was like, so I bought myself a laptop. Because my Alienware wasn't powerful enough, I bought myself a little cheap laptop. It was pretty good actually, just to see what the game was like. Now I got to liking the game, so I built my PC to the specification of this game at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Now the Miss is now using my laptop because she still says, yes, we've got a heck of a lot of problems at the end of the day, but she plays and she doesn't play, that's her choice, but not mean nothing bad, you see. But that's how we work things out and whatnot. She likes the game, but like I said, she plays, she doesn't play, that's her choice, you know what I mean? She's got her own space to do her own things, and I got my own space, and then we do come together and we do play when we can. It does cause a little bit of tension sometimes because she does get frustrated because this doesn't work. Sometimes I want her to learn how to use this, I won't tell her. Nothing personal, you know what I mean? But like I said, I've known her about 4 years, and she's just getting into PC gaming, the PC market, and she does actually like it, but she does find it frustrating. I don't tell her everything because I do believe I have to leave her to work things out for herself. But we do want to use one PC because we are in our living room. I'm sat on my couch with my joysticks and my keyboard on my lap on a dinner tray, and I've got my mouse on the armchair, so I can sit here for hours and hours and hours and not get backache, neckache or nothing. She sits on the other side of the room, and when she wants to come in the game we can take part, or she can sit down and she can talk to her friends. We have had problems working these things because sometimes we share mics. We are learning and we are adapting as we evolve. At the moment now that I'm now wearing headphones, I'm actually a pain in the butt to my colleagues, Yoza, which I've got to apologise because I forget to take my headphones off, or because I'm left-handed, every time I go to smoke a cigarette, mind your ears, Yoza, that happens, and bunk swings, and it really pisses him off, and I have to keep apologising, but we never had that problem. Earlier on, we'd have a desk power mic, so little Miss did the opposite because she's on my microphone. She's always dropping a glass, she's always dropping this, and she's just dropping that. And when she drops something, it's coming through my mic, I'm getting the blame. Have you just got loose?
Shoot. We stayed inactive for too long.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. I always keep moving around. Well, anyway, folks, we've done the take on the Mako and whatnot. I think it's time we actually logged off. I just want to go back and do a recap on this and see what's happened. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe, and please spread the word about the Mako and what we could have to make it better. I do believe this ship now needs drones, because and the drones could go in there so they could be operated when we're actually in a designated corner.
Excuse me. The Reliant. Well, I'll wait until after you get finished with this strike.
No, carry on. You interrupt, so carry on. I've stopped now, and I'll go back if I have to. You might be making a valid point, you know what I mean? Before you go any further, the thrusters he was talking about were these things here. There's one there, and there's one at top. And as you can see there better, there's two on that, so it's got 4 thrusters and 2 main engines. And this is a sensor of some sort. It's not got no name on this, or has it?
As Pepper was saying, if you like this video, please subscribe, press on the like button, And if you wish to join us in streaming or in chatting and talk about ships and star systems, please click on the link in the description below and come and join us on Discord. This is how Love E came in, and we welcome him, and he's another Mako fan, so to see two players actually on the ship rather than just one, because you can actually see a lot more normally.
This is the first time in about 2 months I've been able to party up. It's usually always me, Little Miss and Commander Yoza, but my PC's starting to get a bit stable and hasn't crashed, so you'll be seeing a lot more of me, Commander Yoza and our team in the future. But I'm about to turn my settings right down to not almost, but basically my PC's on the clocks now, okay? So you'll be seeing us all as a group again like we used to. Testing.
Awesome.
And doing all them things. If you want to take part, you can do. I know it's going to be a bit difficult because of your time frame. Obviously, I take these into account. You see, I stream for hours and hours on end, but sometimes it's not convenient. But you can always feel free to join in, take part. We've always got somebody on Discord that we can talk to in your part of the world or in our town. We are building up and we are learning as we go along. I'm actually trying to build up a crew for the Carrack when it comes out. You know what I mean? Because I do believe that's going to be a special ship for crew interactivity. I don't know what the functionality is going to be, but we should be near enough perfect to fly that ship as a multi-crew organization. It's not about you being in your ship, me being my ship, go pew pew. It's about getting on as a crew members, just like Star Trek Online and Picard and all them lot. It can be stressful, but as we learn to play together, we can learn to overcome these kind of things and stream at the same time and spread the word of Star Citizens.
Yeah, I plan on buying the Carrack myself as well, and it's going to be an awesome ship to fly multi-crew.
Yeah, I don't believe that ship will be able to be fired single-handedly because of the drones. I do believe when it comes to drones, there's going to be, just like the Mako here, you're going to need a second player. I know it can hold 6, okay, and I know there's everybody on the Dog's Dinner has got a Carrack, and everybody's going to be wanting the ships, and people are saying they're going to be putting the AIs, just like the Caterpillar, okay. You'll never, if you're on your own, you'll never know the functionality of that ship, and AIs is not going to be able to exploit that ship to its full capabilities. That's my theory of crafting, because I do a lot of theory of crafting, you see, summarising, playing other games in the past, you see. But I do believe that's going to be
I'm sorry, currently I think only the Vulcan has drums. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty certain that the Carrack does not. And there, with the Mako, because it's a starter ship, it's designed to get people who are experimenting or new to the game or just want to get their toes wet, to get them into the game and get an introduction to the way the gameplay is and how the game works. If they were to add the additional functionality of drones to the Mako or any of the Reliant series, they would have to increase the price.
Okay, I understand that. And if that's the case, why would they? This is me asking questions. Obviously, I'm just a novice, okay, and I learn by asking questions, not because I know it all. But if that was the case, if you got, as you can see, you got the pilot on one side and you got the co-pilot on the other side. It has to have 2 people in the ship. You know what I mean? Now, obviously,
Yes.
After a while, the pilot, if they're just flying around, the pilot would be bored. So the co-pilot would be bored just moving around the camera unless they're in combat. You know what I mean? So there have to be something to do while the pilot is flying around. We know because we've had problems like this in the past where there's a player just sat down in the ship, can't do nothing. There's got to be some interactivity. If they're in combat and the ship is set up for combat, then yes, the pilot can do, the engineer co-pilot can do the shields, can do the all them components, or he can run into the back, whatever. But if he's in that seat there and he's there operating the cameras, you've seen there, all I could do was just move around the camera. I couldn't do anything more, you see. But if he had operations to a drone, like the missiles and things like that, then yeah, it's just like a quadcopter out there. Yes, I understand the price would go up and whatnot, but they can be swapped out from other ships. The ships, it will be actually free in game, which we all know sooner or later will be a module, and that could be added in. You know what I mean? I do know where you're coming from.
I completely agree with what you're saying about the drone, and I'm hoping that it is employed because it'll allow for different shots at different angles, and hopefully I'm really looking forward to replays. However, in regards to the co-pilot's functionality, eventually that NFD that was inert will be functional. And you'll be able to actually do things. The co-pilot's role on the Reliant ships is going to be severely limited in as that you are confined and constrained to your seat. So like you were explaining earlier as you were streaming, a crew of 3 would be ideal because the third person will be able to sit back at that media station and broadcast. I meant to mention that while you were streaming, my apologies. But throughout the verse, you see monitors as you're running around like Lorville and Hurston and so forth. And eventually we'll be able to broadcast from the Mako. And what you're shooting will be visible on those panels. But getting back to what I was saying about the co-pilots, the co-pilot's functionality is kind of limited in the Mako because you are confined to that one MFD. And it does allow you, like you were saying earlier, to magnify the capabilities of the ship in combat. But hey, between you and me, do not take any of those Reliants into combat. They really are underpowered vis-a-vis the native weapons, with the possible exception of the Tana, which can be competitive, shall we say, but at the very low end of that. The Mako is really not a ship that you want to be fighting.
Yes, I would agree, but I actually took things off the Tana and put them on the Mako. I've had 6 guns on.
You can take the end caps from the Tana. You can put them on the Mako, which will allow you to bring 4 size 2s into combat. But
I've had 6. I've had 6
6
guns. I've had 6 guns on this ship. Yeah, this one as we speak there now.
If when you compare the maneuverability and the DPS output of the Reliant series, I'm not saying that you can't be an effective combat pilot with those. I'm just saying that personally, with the same amount of effort and energy that you put into becoming an ace pilot in a Mako or any of the Reliants, you would be so much better because of that same degree of effort and energy if it was employed in a ship more suited to combat.
Yes, I do understand where you're coming from. I'm not contradicting what I'm saying, but I actually bought a Carrack, okay, and I'm actually going to be advertised as a civilian ship, and what ships I can carry on that will be very selective. You know what I mean? So what I can carry, I'm not saying that I can put 6 arrows on there. I'm not saying I can put 6 Krakens on there, whatever. What I'm just saying, I want my ships to have one of every ship to do different roles, and obviously if we are attacked, that ship should be able to be changed, because obviously you can't have 15 ships on the ship, so it should be able to be adaptable just in case of that situation. And on a ship like that, as you know, You have to have the versatility, because if you've got crew, not everybody wants to do combat, not everybody wants to do mining, not everybody wants to do cameras, you know what I mean? It's got the versatility to keep the people motivated so they stay on. But obviously when it comes down to combat...
My apologies, I think I misunderstood
Yeah,
where
it's
you were
okay.
coming from initially. It sounds as if you're saying that you were looking for a ship that your entire org can operate from as a base of operations on a permanent basis. Is that what you were saying?
At the moment, yes. Yes, at the moment, yes, but we are going to be going in bigger ships. But I'm actually talking with the ships I own at the moment, and the biggest ship I own at the moment is the Kraken. That's the biggest ship I own. You know what I mean? It's a base ship. I would like to get
Awesome.
I would like to get the Javelin, but the Javelin isn't multi-role. So yes, it's a multi-role ship, but I do believe that ship is supposed to be somewhere where you can sleep. It's got strong shields, it can't be blown up, but when it comes to having jobs, you can't do jobs on there unless it's on that ship. That will cause frustration. You know what I mean?
I was just about to ask you that. Not the jobs internally to the ship, but rather externally.
Yeah. Well,
if you're going to buy Idris, there should be a good reason to buy
a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Idris is, in essence, it's a military vessel. It's a cap, and it's designed to be used for capital ship engagements.
Yeah.
And personally, you seem like a nice, friendly person. I mean, all three of you, and I don't see the three of you running around picking fights with other military orgs.
No, we'll not. We'll be selling them our secrets, overclocking things. We've got people that
So
into combat, you know what I mean?
Plan on fighting, if you don't plan on fighting a military org, I don't see the reason why you would buy a Idris. You know what I mean?
But sometimes offense is the best defense. You'll see one, you're not going to attack us. Because I've been watching people in game and all this, oh, I can destroy your ship, I can destroy this, I can destroy that. We're not about that. We will say, well, why do you want to destroy us when we can sell you these things? But at the end of the day, we're into defense and strategy. Because as you know, it's going to cost time, it's going to cost money to build these ships, and it's even going to cost days to get it to work the way you want. And if your ship blows up, and it's a big ship, like it could take 2 or 3 days. You know what I mean? All those come into perspective. It's planning, organisation. It can't be done in a day. I've been doing this for about a year, 2 years now, and as these ships come in, can I use this ship? No, I can't. Do I want this ship? Yes, I do. I mean, that's how I ultimate ships. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I've actually invested nearly 10 grand on ships. Not boasting, because my Kraken now is worth nearly 7 grand. And people say, 7 grand? But the shop's only 1,000.
The Kraken is case in point of what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working with a small org, a Kraken makes sense. It's an excellent purchase. There's a multiplicity of roles that you can employ the Kraken in that it's ideally suited for. Other alternatives, of course, would be something like the Endeavor, or even a Reclaimer, or the Starfarer Geminis. All of those ships employ multi-crews, allow you to utilize a small org, and it's an efficient use of the actual vessel.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to just have a base of operations for everything, in that case, I would look at like the Kraken, which is the carrier, or my.
Are you still there?
Whoops, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was listening.
Or my personal favorite, the Merchantman, because the Merchantman is a money maker.
Yeah.
It has the defensive capabilities that you mentioned earlier, so that you're not vulnerable and naked in the verse. You have options. If you wish to fight, you can fight. If you wish to flee, you can flee.
Yeah, as you said, I do understand where you're coming from. Like, I'm going to use a Kraken for instance. With the Kraken, I bought ships that can go on that ship to be used with that ship. With the Polaris, I'm actually trying to get the F8 Lightning that will be used with that ship. All the ships you say, I've got them all, but they will all be used in different categories or how I can use them, including the Pioneer. All them ships, as you say, I've got them all, but they will be doing roles or they'll be linked with other ships that work well together, you see, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to mention the Pioneer as
Yeah. I'll show you the ships that I've got. I think Little Miss will show you, well, you mean shut the game? Yeah, I've got to shut the game.
Oh no, you don't have to show me the ships. I understand.
Yeah.
I was just wondering why you're buying the Idris. It didn't seem to track logic.
Oh no, I haven't got the Aegis. I haven't got the Aegis. I meant the Javelin. If I got the Javelin, it would be when guys want to log off. 1 second. I never did. Sorry, I didn't want to buy the Javelin because I didn't see a purpose for it. But I see a purpose for the Javelin now. Not for a ship for fighting, but obviously when the players want to log off, because it'll be one of our bases, they can wake up the next day and that ship is still strong and alive. Not like a small ship where you can be blown up, you see what I mean? And then they need a shuttlecraft to transport them to the Javelin if that's their workship, or the Polaris if that's their workship, or wherever. It's hard to explain, but as things go by, time goes by, I'll explain things as I go along. So we're not a small
group. No worries.
We're just building up. I'm not saying we're going to be into military, but obviously we're going to learn everything we can do. But it's mainly about trading and learning. Obviously, if we're into trading, we're not going to be there blowing things up because you know it's going to cost millions to fix back a ship. So we're going to be in negative equity. So we want to sell and we want to defend ourselves, and yes, we'll learn combat, yes, we'll learn military roles, yes, we'll learn everything we learn, because obviously we know people is going to want to attack us because that's the way people are. But we will have the experience to defend ourselves and still make a career and evolve as we evolve in deep space.
Exactly. What will be the raison d'etre of the organization?
So I didn't understand that question.
Raison d'etre of the organization.
I still don't understand the question.
My apologies. Other than mere survival, what is the prime motivator of the organization? Its purpose, the driving force.
I think I get you.
Ethos of the organization.
Right, we are called Unity, and it's all for one and one for all. We all think and try to work together as one. We will go into deep space, exploring, getting things, learning from it, and then we take them back and we sell them. And overclocking, learn as much as we can. We can't learn it on Port Oyster because all they want to do is shoot people and we whatever. For instance, if you got the Carrack, we'll be in space for months getting information and keeping and selling them. Whatever we can sell, we will sell. Whatever we can give, our knowledge we can share, we will share. And as we move along the verse, we will get players to come in that want to take part in that part or take role in that part because they like how we do things and our org builds as it builds. The only rule we've got is you don't shoot our own members because obviously you never know what they're doing or what they're planning at the end of the day. If you get thrown in the brig, all sorts, then kind of, yes, you want to do things with other orgs, you are perfectly free to, but we will be as one, learning, travelling and sharing what we've got. And there's a lot of things I've actually done in the game which I don't think we've not explained to you yet, making our ships even stronger as they are now, which we've done in test on already, but I've not shared them with our org because I don't want our org to go take our secrets and go and give it to somebody else because yes, blah blah, or yes, okay, Unity's got these shields, you can't go and shoot it down, so everybody's going to come and use it as a prime target, and we don't want that because we're there to learn, to share and evolve, and we're not there to cause problems. We're there, as I said, to share. But you've got orgs that want to do griefing and things like that, That's not us. If we can't handle a situation, we'll have enough orc friends out there that can deal with our problems if we can't, and we will carry on evolving. Most of the orcs are
Okay.
military, we're civilians.
Got a question for you, Pepper. Have you played Eve?
Eve Online many years back, I couldn't get into it. Star Trek Online on XP and all them games, yeah. But Eve, it just got my head going, you know what I mean? To play that game, I'd have to sit down with it, but I was never in it long enough, and I thought there's a lot more others. Most of the guys
Yeah,
in here
Eve.
have played that.
I've played Eve, and as well as STO. And I really liked both games. And I asked if you played Eve because Eve tends to make MMO players paired.
So I didn't get the last word there. I didn't get the last word there.
I said Eve tends to make players paranoid.
Paranoid. Can you explain, please?
Paranoid.
Oh, right.
Eve tends to make players
Paranoid.
paranoid.
Yeah, I get that. I heard a clip one day, a couple of months back, that somebody spent months, or years, building up their org with so many things. Somebody must have pissed somebody off, and it took over 200 players and 4 days to bring that person down to rubble. That had to be a big syndicate operation. Somebody must have upset somebody.
And it is scary, and it's things like that
Yeah.
makes people, shy away and run scared and paranoid. I mean, I enjoyed Eve tremendously, the complexity of the game as well as its depth. My wife, while she appreciated the game, she did not enjoy the ruthless cutthroat aspect of it, and frankly neither did.
It's called griefing. It's called griefing.
I know. Familiar with griefing, and like you, I consider it a factor that must be taken into account for, and factored in as you're playing any MMO. And like you in this particular game, I saw the potential for griefing or to become the victim of pirates. I mean, or all sorts of other stuff. And
I understand that.
Did what I could to mitigate it as well.
Well, at the end of the day, there's things we are working on at the day. As long as we understand what's going on, you know what I mean, we can avoid certain situations. Basically, we're not about quantity, we're about quality. Basically, we're not going to have 5, 6, 800 orgs in there, infiltrators. The team we've got, we all learn together. And if they're active, they're active. They're not, they're not. We'll work it out at the end of the day. It's not about causing situations with other people. If we've got something, I'm sure they're going to be interested in, and they will want to buy it. They're going to want friends at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. After playing Eve and other games of that nature, I've learned I'm not going to let sharks ruin my good time.
I know where you're coming from, I do understand. I know it's out there. Just like City Roll, they spent months and weeks there doing the Daymar rally. And because they were popular, idiots there went and destroyed all of that. I could see the flaws in that. One, he had friends on his friends list, which he shouldn't have had. Two, he didn't have proper combat support
I'm
out
sorry.
there.
What destroyed the Daymar?
Well, do you remember a few months back they had the Daymar rally out?
Yes.
Right, okay. There was actually supposed to be a big massive race and whatnot. Citro was actually set to actually win the race actually. But because they had so many people, he was streaming, that was fault number one, he was streaming live, the whole world was watching, and you had griefers out there, they wanted to be popular, so they blew up his ships and whatnot, so they lost the race. That was sad. Secondly, he should have had people out there, right, to make sure, but he did actually, people out there to make sure people couldn't blow certain things. If I was like that, I could have given them some advice, obviously, because I got certain things that could do certain things. All those things. And thirdly, he was doing it live. He should not have done it live because this was then open. Certain people on his friends list was also another problem. These kind of things could have been avoided if he didn't do it live, because it was a serious race they were doing. He could have advertised it later on, and he would have won the race. He would have had his crew members, and it would have been done in secret, and then televised it a few hours later. Plus, he could have had security out there, you know what I mean, to make sure that these griefers can't destroy. Griefers are griefers. You can't take that away, but you can work out a way to cut it down. You're not going to be the best, but if you've got aware of certain, you can avoid certain catastrophes, and that's how these streamers are do things. Like with Board Gamer, he's a brilliant commentator. He's not the best combat player or whatnot, but because everybody knows him as a streamer, oh, I'll go and shoot him down. All they've done is messed up the stream. We are trying, just like you, we want to advertise the game. And you got these little kids out there that think they know it all, and they just make a mistake. That can't be avoided. But there's securities we can put in the game. You can't take griefing out. It should stay in the game. But we get better and we learn about these things to avoid certain situations. Flying ships, going safe zones. We will get better. And when time comes, they will have the problem, because everybody will know these people and they will be the one who will be griefed later on. But we have to let them do what they're doing, and we have to work around it, because we do become experienced. When I first started playing these ships, I couldn't even take off, but now I can do all this. I'm not saying I'm the best pilot out there, but I can design a ship that can make it very, very strong. I know its weak points, I know what weapons can destroy it, but I also know what makes the ships very, very strong on what you need to do. And that's through playing other games in the past, not just playing this game, you know what I mean? There's lots of variabilities. I'm not saying I'm the best, but at the end of the day, I use the knowledge that I've got, and I'll only share them with certain players in our org when trust comes over time. But at the moment, I'm still in development myself, you see. So all these are just simple things walking around the ship. This is nothing really, but making your ship strong, that's where it's going to be. Making the carrot, making the javelin, making them ships 3 times stronger, that's where it's going to be. That's where your engineer pilots are going to be very strong. You're going to have your logistics, and if they're good, they can make money. You're going to have your pilots, all these kind of things. It's not just one person taking over and doing everything. They're the best. It's going to take a team. If we're deep in space, how many small ships are going to be able to come out into deep space and destroy a big ship? It's not going to be possible. And if they are going to be possible, they're going to have one big ship. How many ships have we got as blockades? Okay, the weakest ship we'll have in space will be the Polaris, because it's got a weak hull. But the strongest ship we'll have out there will be the Carrack, will be the Javelin, will be whatever. Those will be there to protect the Polaris, because that's got the scanner, or scanners for long range surveillance. But when it comes to doing certain things, it can't do it. But the other ships there can cover it and whatnot, etc. It's working things together and understanding what things do. But if you're millions of miles in deep space with your Pioneer building deep spaces, what are the chances of 6 endeavours, not 6 javelins, or sorry, Idris is coming at you? The chances are 1 in a million, and we're always going to be on the move. That's what you call strategy and defence. It's not knowing everything, it's what you call thinking what could happen. We're about survival. We will die, I agree, but it's just fairy crafting at the end of the day. Things change, we learn and we adapt.
I agree with everything you said.
But you still have your doubts.
I just don't like to go into things. No, it's not a matter of doubts.
Yeah.
It's a matter of perspective. There is so much that can be done in this game, and the facet of coming to harm's way, coming to grief due to the actions of some random asshole, or indeed collaborative organization of assholes. For instance, like the Matadors.
Oh yeah, we've heard of them.
Yeah, I'm not going to let them affect my fun or the things that I wish to achieve and do. And as such, I will I make mitigating maneuvers in order to minimize coming to harm from those factors. But beyond that, I'm not going to let that consume, everything that I do or think. I go to Arena Commander to practice so that I can become good at fighting, and I can defend myself, or should the need comes, I can flee.
You're thinking as a one-man player.
No, currently I'm speaking as a one-man player.
Yeah.
However, as an org and looking at the meta game, once again, the culture of the organization, the atmosphere, the intangible esprit de corps of the organization, I personally would not wish to taint it with all of the negative things that are possible. I'd rather focus on the good things that are possible.
Yeah, you've missed
potential.
I think you missed the point here. I have to. I don't like what the Matadors do, but I'm going to have to defend them here, okay? Just like me being a civilian, I've got a role play, and that's my advertisement. They've advertised what their role play is, which is understandable. Now, because they've done that, that is fair. We have to work our way out to defend ourselves. At least we're aware of it to work out. You can't.
Excuse me. My description of the Matadors as assholes is accurate. That doesn't mean that I personally am opposed to their existence. The existence of pirates lends conflict to the game, and conflict means excitement, and it makes the game a game. It adds fun. The fact that humans will give you a better contest than any AI will means that you have to have human competitors or have that possibility to truly stretch your legs, to see what you can do and what to be the best that you can be. Because, like I said, fighting against computer-driven opponents, that's going to get old really quickly, and it's not.
Oh, wait a minute! Did you say the Matadors are computers? Bots, you mean?
No,
is that what you meant?
No, I didn't say they're computers.
Oh.
I said in short, they're a necessary evil. I said they're assholes. However, their existence is necessary because having assholes of that nature lends conflict to the game. And it lends human conflict to the game as opposed to computer-generated conflict. Computer-generated conflict is easily overcome. Human conflict, not so much so. So they fulfill a necessary function in the game. I call them
Matadors are a joke anyway.
Yeah.
They are a joke. That function, that escapade they got up to, they planned to disrupt a major organised event, which they did.
Yeah.
Right. But then they tried to do it when they were at Grimhex using exploits. Right.
Okay.
They came across real top ace pilots and got their asses handed to them.
That's exactly.
You basically
what I
mean the
expect
cheated. You mean the cheating.
I expect that to happen consistently.
Right.
Which means I don't have to sweat about it. I don't have to worry about it.
So basically, what you're saying, like Commander Yo said, they used exploits. They cheated. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
They used the bug where they could shoot ships with missiles.
Well, no, that's not fair. That's not fair.
And this is what they do.
Well, no, that's not fair.
I understand that them and people like them constitute a minority of the gaming community. And whenever assholes like that show their heads, show their faces, they're overwhelmingly outnumbered by people who would rather squash them.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
So-
where you're coming from. I wasn't big in the
Which
mob.
means then, which means then that they, as an entity in themselves, are almost statistically irrelevant.
Yeah.
So there's no need to dwell on the negativity that thinking about assholes of that nature will bring and infect any group, like an organization.
I
I
can
will
see.
say one thing about that game you were talking about earlier on, that spreadsheet game. I did the one and only Bar Citizen meetup here in Ireland and met the guys there. And a bunch of them were a member of an org called the Goons. What is it? The Goons? They were well known in that particular game for organising and absolutely disrupting and destroying people's experiences and all the rest of it, just for the sake of absolutely like ruining their day, not to do with gameplay. And so they were all bragging about, I can't wait for us to get this organised. And I thought, I'd rather none of those people that played that game came over to Star Citizen, but I knew it was inevitable.
And think about it, just like you said, their sole existence, they get their jollies by hurting other people, by bringing grief to people.
Yeah, and you feed that by, if you react to them, you feed that. I never
precisely.
Say nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's no way I'm gonna let a low life like that infect my play, my enjoyment, my pleasure. So I'm gonna do what I want to do. If I decide that I'm gonna be an explorer in the verse, and that's gonna be my main occupation, my raison d'etre, that's what I do. And I'm gonna get ships that are suited for exploration.
Yeah.
And my activities are going to be all about exploration. I'm not gonna, run around naked. I'm gonna do what I can in order to defend myself and to mitigate harm. But in no way am I going to let them become a major factor in what I do and how I play, or how I, more importantly, view and live and enjoy. Or in that case, since you're always looking over your shoulder, you won't be enjoying, your gaming.
Right, the way I understand it now, the Matadors, right, they're not like players. Yes, I know they're into griefing. They're not like players like whatever. They don't stand the code of playing the game fair. They cheat. Whatever they can use, like bots or whatever, key codes or whatever, if they've got that information, they will use it. It's cheating basically. Or if they could mod their own games. Yeah, well, that I don't agree with. I don't agree with that, because obviously if they've got it, we should have it. We haven't got it, they should have it. Your own brain and your own intellectual is what is supposed to make this game evolve, not them doing what they've done in past games. No, I don't agree with that actually. That's cheating. I thought there was I didn't know. I don't read up on them. I just hear about them, but I only hear little snippets. You see, I focus on what we do in our org and how we can make it better. But hearing you, I've heard yours in the past and I have understood, but I thought there was a fair legit, just like we are, org want to advertise what you can do, like pirates advertise their pirates, and they're doing this. I thought the Matadors was that sort of organisation, not that they are cheats.
And
you know what I mean?
Fortunately, my experiences with them have all been negative. And the best thing that I can say about them, the absolute best thing, is that they're truly terrible assholes, and because they are such jerks, it fills me with an overwhelming sense of schadenfreude when I kick their asses. Their sole existence is to give me pleasure as I destroy them. But, since I'm not about the destruction, I'm love. I'm all about love.
Yeah.
They don't rate very much in my thoughts.
Another group you should watch out for as well are called Up in Smoke, and their moniker is UINS. Up in Smoke it stands for. They're the same kind of, they've been going a lot longer as far as I know. I've known them since 2.6 in action.
Well, I've never really met up with them. If I'd met up with them, I wouldn't know them, because I'm just in here, as you guys know, to play my game, to advertise what there is to advertise. But like I says, I didn't quite understand. I thought they were just like a legit player, just like me, spreading the news. Their orgs this, their orgs that, not understanding they were
are
cheap.
legit. It's just that they're legit from an entirely different point of view. It's an evil perspective, but it is a perspective.
Yeah.
And it's something that you have to accept because that's the way the universe is. It's indifferent. It doesn't care about good or evil or right and wrong. So they are there, and they squarely represent the, in my opinion, jerks, you know? They're just a factor.
Right. I'm going for dinner now. I'll be back later. Nice to meet you, Lovey.
Yeah, I'm going to have something
Likewise.
to eat. I'm going to start streaming for a bit, and I'm glad we had this chat. I've learned something, but at the end of the day,
I'm sorry, you pulled my string, man.
well, you see, I'll be deep in space, and what the chance of them being going to be deep in space? And if they are deep in space, what type of force are they going to be having? I'm not about destruction. I'm about supply and demand. If I got something I can sell them, or we can sell them, we'll sell it because we're all about credits. We're all about making money. So at the day, like I said, because of this, because of that, I don't mean them. It could be anybody. If we got it and we can sell it, we'll sell it. Overclock weapons, we'll sell it. We're about there to make money, build up an org, build up respect and whatnot. It's not someone comes and dictates to us, this is what we're doing, blah blah blah. We're not about that. We're there to play our own game to make credits. If you got credits, because we've got all the shit.
Good.
If you got credits and you say you want this, we'll sell it you. You know what I mean? Basically, there's somebody on there that's got the experience. If you want a crew member and he's playing not doing nothing, he can fly with other orgs, and when he's ready, he's bored, he comes back. The only thing we say with our org members, please don't shoot our own org members, because we're always planning something better, and when we planned it, it's shared between us all through credits, experience or knowledge. But if you're going to be using them against us, okay, it's not nice. And if we got special secrets, we don't want them to sell our special secrets to other organizations. Why? Because them same organizations will come and use it against you. I've got some weapons here or some technology I won't share until I know the players that I play with can have that information, because I know if I give it to them now, they will use it for their own defenses, but they will go out there and they will grief other people. But until they understand where I'm coming from, certain things I've got, it's all things I've learned in the game and whatnot, but it's knowledge and whatever done certain things. Nothing to do with what's the word they use? Modding, nothing to do with like that. The formalities of the games of the operators we're allowed to use. But I've been playing games for over 30 years, and I've learned things in other games which I brought over into here, but trying to get things to work sometimes is a bit difficult.
Yeah, I agree. Trying to get things to work. Take care. Is it Yoza? I haven't seen his name is Brent, so I don't know.
That is how his name is spelled in game as well. Y077, Y0, sorry. It's Y077ER.
Activate cruise control.
Roger.
And we do have another.
Got it.
Yeah. Another member joining us later on when he comes back from doing his job. US. His name is
Speed 1/3.
Mizak Kid.
Roger. Thrusters 1/3.
Mizak Kid. Sorry, not Kid. Mizak Kid.
I'm Lovey, and my wife, of course, will be dead.
Raise landing gear.
Roger.
Yes, anyone's welcome to join. Male, female, friendly aliens.
You never heard of Lovey and Dovey?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
I never-
Lovey Dovey, I'm sorry.
To be honest.
Yes, you have, but what? I didn't catch everything that you said. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't actually click WW. I didn't actually click on that.
Oh, I see.
It went in my mind now. Yeah, your wife is more than welcome to join as well. We do have other females in the Discord. We have Minnie Baby Bell, Ilanka, Kate. What else have we got?
Kate.
Oh, and me, obviously.
Okay.
Yes, I've mentioned Kate. Ilanka, I'm not sure where she is. She's somehow in Canada, in China. She travels all over the place. In the US somewhere.
My wife's asleep right now because it's almost 4 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, we do have members from all over the place. Germany, we have New Zealand, we've got Norway, Wales, Ireland, you name it, we've got them in there. Even Holland, I believe.
As we get bigger, we will have more people there and different time frames all the time. But at the moment, we're very careful who we take on, because like I said, we're not about quantity, we're about quality. You know what I mean? We don't want to have 500 people in there in our organ and not active. Obviously, you'll take time out, but we know because actually we spend time with our players, so we get to understand them.
We are a civilian group, not military.
What's that on the screen?
So,
A military, so civilian means we got the best.
We can't help it.
Basically, when Lukumi says civilian, it's not that we're not military, because we're civilians. We've got the best of both worlds. We can come and we can go where we feel. Military means you have to do what you want and be told. We can have that in here, but we are mainly civilians, so you've got the choice. If you've got a military group in here which you have do combat, and they want to follow that strict regime, they can do, but obviously they can't be there 24/7, because you know what it's like military. You're not there, you get booted out or whatnot. Our org's not about that. But you know, if you're not there, there should be somebody else there to take your place. So you're not there restricted to be there all the time. You can play in other orgs, you can take concepts of what they're doing. All we're just saying is just that don't use those bad things against us, because we won't keep you in here, because we're not about that. We will know because we listen to every member in here and we see how they get on. We haven't got a member in this org that abuses anybody. Yes, they might do when they first come because they don't understand, but after a while it's like we're a family unit at the end of the day. We don't know you personally, you know what I mean? It's just somebody you see on the street and you say hi, and that's how we get on. You'll notice there's not much bad language here in the text and the chat if you read back. It's about telling people what they do and what not. If there is, we deal with it. We don't kick people out of our org. What we do, we mute them until the problem's sorted. If they want to leave, no, seriously, it's no point me kicking them out, because it's disrespectful. So as we practice what we preach and we don't do it, we mute them for a minimum amount of time. It's up to them if they want to leave. They can't cause no grief if the lips are sealed, and that's in a bad way, until the problem's sorted. And we've only ever done that once. It wasn't very nice, but at the end of the day, it had to be done.
Yeah, unfortunately, I worked as a guild leader back in Everclear.
So say again, you sounded a bit quiet.
I said yes, my wife and I were guild leaders back in EverQuest, and unfortunately, I'm familiar with the downsides of running an organization.
Now, I've been doing it years. I've been doing it for the best part of 20 odd years. This is not the first org I've had. I've had orgs in other things, you know what I mean? I've had this name Unity for the best part of 20 odd years. The committee is now learning about them kind of things now, you see. So it's not just the first time, it's just that I'm a bit burnt out now, you know what I mean, through work, my working life and whatnot. I'm almost a senior just like yourself, you know what I mean. I don't want to be in the front line, I'd always like to be second, third or fourth. Yes, but I'm known who I am, but still. No, you know what it's like when you're front line, everybody's coming at you, everybody wants this, everybody wants that, you are this and you are that, you've got to do this. Nah, been there, done that. Running business is all the same.
Hey, miss, are you still listening?
She's still there. She might be talking to the kids in the background, you see.
She's got to get her own computer, that way she can personalize it.
Sorry, say again.
I said she's got to get her own computer so she can personalize.
No, she's got one up here that she's using, but it's giving problems at the moment. She does play, but I'm trying to work out the way she does play at the same time, because she uses her PC for other things. We've got a nice piece laptop here that does work, but she keeps loading it full of viruses. It causes problems. The other day I thought it had blown up, but it wasn't. It was all these things it's got in there. It needs to be cleaned up. It's a good PC. It's got good graphics card. It's got the things that she needs in there. It's just that she just keeps putting things in there. I keep saying it's a games machine to play games. You know what I mean? But that's her. It's her PC. She does what she wants with it. I don't have any use for it. You know what I mean? I got this big massive beast here, and we both can share this if we want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. She needs her own big massive beat.
She blow it up. She'll be saying,
That's
Pepper.
how you learn.
Yeah, but she wants me there to fix it, and sometimes I'm knee high and doing
That's
other
how
things.
you
You see.
learn. Blow them up and you gotta put them back together.
PCs can be a strain when you want to just sit there and play the game. You know what I mean? I spend hours playing this game. I don't go out. Yeah, that's me. That's my choice, obviously. You know what I mean? I don't go out. I don't spend money. I would just sit here 18 hours a day playing this game.
Yep.
I don't have back here. I'm not sat at a desk. You know what I mean? I'm just sat in my armchair with a tray, 2 joysticks, and a keyboard on the tray, and a mouse on my right hand side there as we talk. The only time I might get up is when I want something to eat. I do understand where you're coming from. Your wife is a unity, and that you need to make your life so comfortable. I understand that. Look at me, she's got a freedom to do it.
We normally try to keep our PCs close enough to each other so that we could, play footsie underneath the table.
Yeah, I like the commiss to have her own privacy, because I don't know what she wants to do. If it's private to her, that's her privacy. She wants me to know things, she will tell me, and vice versa. I do mind the big 60-point screen so the whole world can see, but it's just a women at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's her choice. Not that she's doing anything, you know what I mean? That's not the way I think, you see. I just want to just sit here and play the game. I'm happy playing the game. Take that away from me, I'm not happy.
Yep, I know that.
The only thing I don't like doing, if I've done it once, I don't want to be going backwards 7, 8, 9 times, 15, 30 times, doing the same things over. I could have moved on to something better, basically evolving. Well, I think it's time I logged off from this game now. Got something to eat. Not been able to play in the PU at all today, because I know it's giving problems.
Yeah, I just logged into the PU too. It must be time for tea for you. Enjoy your food.
No, I'll still be online, but I mean streaming wise. I'm actually learning how to fly this ship actually.
Which one?
The Mako. You can actually rent the other ships in games now and pull the parts off it.
Yeah. Good luck with making that a fighting, good and effective fighting.
No, I'm not going to make it into one. I'm saying the versatility is there. You know what I mean? Because don't forget, if the Kraken can only hold 6 ships, okay, and I'm going to be using the Mako, I can't just have it as a newsreader. It should be there to use it as something else. It's got the versatility.
Gotcha.
It's not just going to be
Yeah.
the one ship for that sole purpose. That would be silly. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to have the SRV on there. That's going to have a tractor beam on it. That's got no weapons, but it can take cargo. It can transport. I'm going to have the Harold on there. That's going to be a data runner.
Wait. I didn't understand that. You're going to have what on there?
The Harold.
After the, oh,
It's a data runner. It's going to be a ship.
Yeah.
It's going to be a ship of every job and description. When if it can be used for combat, obviously, you've been on.
that's
when,
going to be awesome because you're going to have all those utility support
Yes,
ships on
you
there.
know what I mean. But obviously, if you're going to be attacked, it's battle station. Every man's on deck there to defend the ship. And whatever we've got, if it's going to be pickaxes, pea shooters, you're going to use it. That's what I meant. I'm not saying I'm going to use this for a battle combat ship because we know it can.
I totally get you now.
Yeah.
I understand and I'm on board.
I just explained it. I just don't explain things properly sometimes. It just takes time. Because everybody just sees combat. Yes, we're going to want the F8 Lightning, you're going to want the Sabre. Yeah, those are superior ships. But if you've got 6 Sabres on your ship, you can't make any money. Everybody's going to be bored. Because not everybody wants to do combat.
I completely understand what you were saying. And what you're saying makes perfect sense. It would be nice if you had a flying escort with you. with all
Oh, we've
those
got an
support-
escort. We've got an escort. We've got ships for the escorts. We've got hammerheads. We've got Polarises. We've got small ships that can dock onto them ships. We've got them all.
Sounds like you cover.
I've invested over 10 grand on ships to fit on these ships for different roles and whatnot. Amical Miss,
Yes.
have you got our latest? Let's see if I can find our latest fleet of the ships we've got. 1 second.
Oh no! You don't have to tell me that. What's in your fleet?
No, it's not a secret. It's not a secret. It's not a
There
secret.
is in graffiti room, which I posted about. Oh, I'll post it. I'll post it again. 1 second.
No, that's not what he meant, Amical Miss. This is what he meant. This is what he meant. Oh, gonna log out the game now. This is what he meant.
No, what I was saying is that
Right. So not even the commiss understands the concept properly yet, you see. Where is it?
I do have 2 pictures, one of your fleet and one of the fleet org ships.
Just give me a second, commiss. I'll get to you back in a second, please, yeah? Have you posted it?
Not yet.
Well, obviously I don't know until you post it. Just let me just concentrate on this for a second there, yeah?
but it's okay. Why am I looking at you?
No, I'm just looking for the what they call it. So I've got bad just give me a second. I'm just looking for the how we've organised one of the what do you call it? But I did have it a second ago, but I talked to Miss. I got just give me a sec. As you can see, we've got the Kraken. I don't know if you can zoom in. It's Pepper's fleet of 5th crew 56. Okay. You've got the Kraken, and if it can hold the Caracon there, it will have its job. You've also got the
That's
two
impressive.
hammerheads on the wing. You've got the SRV. You've got the mining ship. You've got the Hawk EMPs. Okay, you've got the Endeavour, that's a separate ship. You've got the Polaris, and that's got a F8 Lightning on there. I think those two will go together, support, and it supports itself. You've got the two hammerheads on the docking bays. You've got the big hull E for supply and demand. You've got the Orion for mining. You've got the Polaris. You've got the Pioneer for base building, and like you said, you've got the Mercury for selling. There's a lot more ships, but I've not got most of them just yet. But that is if we're in deep space moving around. Oh, you've also got the Endeavour. You know what I mean? Now we talk about blockade. The weakest ship in there is the Polaris. That's not a very strong ship.
Front door!
The Polaris is not a very strong ship, but the Kraken is a strong ship, and all these other ships can be used as blockade if we're being attacked. We put the Polaris in the middle as defences. There's all sorts of different things. Sorry, well, I'm going to stop all this for a bit because I can't concentrate with all this noise. Just give me a sec. Give me an idea, but like I said, it's in the years of planning.
I'm losing you.
Yeah, I know, there's a lot of noise in the background, you see. Anyway, like I said, it's in planning at the moment, and there's lots of things to talk about in this, you know what I mean? But to explain that all that in 5 minutes, it's not going to work that way, because I can't explain it to make it make sense, you see. But anyway, got an idea, I've got a fleet of ships, and that's what we are planning. And it's not going to be today, it's not going to be tomorrow. It could take 2-3 years before this can be perfected when the game comes alive.
That's nice, though. The nice thing about it is when you look at the picture overall, you can tell that it's a civilian organization, not
Yeah.
military. And that's what I like
Um,
about it. You have
These-
ships there that actually do things aside from killing people.
yeah,
And you have enough ships there to kill people in order to protect yourself as
Yeah.
you're doing the things that you want to do. But you can tell from looking at that graphic, that one picture, that the purpose of the organization is civilian,
yeah,
and you actually do things aside from killing people.
yeah. Well, these are all the
That's
ships.
always nice.
Yeah, this is all the ships I've got. I will be getting rid of and alter them as we go along. Like it says, because I might have a battleship there. It's not there for battle. It's there as deterrence. Yeah, I mean, because you put me in one of them ships, and Commander yours will tell you I can't shoot donkey. I don't travel with guns. I might do it a bit once in a while, depending on whatnot. But something with guns, I just have problems with. You see what I mean? Well, we've got combat players in there. We have to have combat players, you know what I mean? But when we've got these ships, it's not there for that purpose. It's there for deterrent. You don't know who's on your ship. So because you don't know, you're going to think twice. When we get organised...
Well, you do know that I thought your ship was going to be crewed by either org mates or NPC.
Yes, crew. Yeah, we'll have crewmates as it builds up, but that builds up over time as we learn with the players and we play, you know, and we understand them. You know, I mean, it's not something you can just turn around and say, yeah, we've got 500 players and we put them on our ships. It's not going to work like that. We have to understand our team members, where they come from and what they're about. If we can't gel or mix, They don't. I won't fly with them personally. It doesn't mean say they can't fly with other people now. That's their choice. But I personally wouldn't fly with them because at the end of the day, if I'm spending 2-3 weeks or a month or 2 months set up a role play, I don't want that person blowing up my ship when my back's turned or messing up what we spent
Well,
weeks there.
not only that, you have your name, your reputation
Yeah,
that should be a concern to you.
yeah. At the end of the day, they're free to do what they want. We're not there we're not dictators. They do have a choice at the end. Then that choice is theirs. If we know we can't mix, at the end of the day, there's a place for them somewhere else in the yard. I won't fly with them, but I won't kick them out. But at the end of the day, if there are somebody who are really disruptive, we won't kick them out. We will mute them. I won't even have them on my friends list. You know what I mean? But not in that sense. It's long-winded. It's what I've learned by watching these players in the last 6 months, basically. And we're all entitled to play the way we want to play. It doesn't mean say I have to take part. I got my routine. I spent a lot of money on this game, and then if I mess up, it's going to go up in the puff of smoke. But at the end of the day, that's my choice. You know what I mean? I've always discussed it with our team
Yeah,
members.
that you have to respect it and recognize that, like you said, that is your choice. Um, I'm concerned about, well, look at what's happening in the fatherland, my fatherland, as it were, currently. There's, and I apologize. I tend to be kind of forthright. I'm an old grumpy man, and there's an asshole in charge of the fatherland right now. But people are feckless and not willing to get rid of it. And unfortunately, there are times when there are disruptive elements or people who are not working toward the same goal that you or your organization is pursuing. And if they're being counterproductive, then there are times when you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah. Well, just leave them to it. We're here to do our own thing, you know what I mean? And enjoy what we can, you know what I mean? See, I've been in
Right.
business, so I do know about harmony. Sometimes, because like I'm a senior just like you, we can be grumpy, but at least, luckily, the guys understand me and I try to understand them and it's not personal. And that's why we get on. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
influencing
I'm
our
a
right
very
somebody
peaceful
else,
person.
you know what I mean? It's just the way it is at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So I do understand. I can't take stress and I just go and do my own thing when I have to, you know what I mean? But I don't take it personal. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's just
Yeah,
not
I
worth it.
don't like stress. It's not worth it. We
Yeah.
agree. And at my age, I don't have time for drama, for teenage drama and shit.
Yeah, well, that's the way
I
they are.
just want to go through life and enjoy, spread love and happiness.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from. Well, I'm going to stop this stream now because it's just as about talk and it's not really about the game as such, but we will have
I
topics
thought
on
you
that.
stopped the stream long time ago. I thought
No,
you stopped it
no, it's
hours
okay.
ago.
No, because some people are interested, you know what I mean, and all sorts. And this is what we are about, you know what I mean. It's good that we can talk about things like that in the game and whatnot, but originally it was supposed to be about the Mako, you know what I mean. This is another topic. We can bring in another
My
chapter and start.
apologies. I
No, it's
had no idea.
no, it's okay. It's
I
okay.
thought you stopped.
No, it's okay. That's my
Thought you
fault.
stopped the stream
No,
when we left the arena commander.
no. If I came out, but you wouldn't have been able to see the ships. You see. Right. Let's stop it now. Oh, wait a minute. I can't.